Like on purpose?
Alright, we're live.
Yeah, we're still Isekai'd to a Minecraft world.
Oh, well, right. No, of course.
Oh, look at all these portals.
Yeah.
Maybe we should,
We are
I think
live.
that's probably fine.
Okay. So right now there's 4 of us in the server. And I guess we're just waiting for people. We're live right now.
Yeah, we live.
I guess it's delayed on the chat.
Oh, there's an ad.
Yo, monetization.
All these
Minecraft.
fucking anime hoes. Alright, yeah, cool. We're here.
If you guys want to play with us, come play with us. In 5 minutes, we're going to jump into a brand new, highly complex zombie Minecraft world to play survival. Well, welcome to the stream.
Okay,
Welcome to Zombie Park.
yes. All of these fantabulous characters have been isekai'd into Zombie Park
Bird, can you look at us cinematically instead of whatever bullshit you're doing?
TBD.
What? Oh,
While Digi talks about us, can you, like,
Yeah.
look at us? Cool.
This group of, who is Apesville?
he was just playing with us earlier.
I
He's
like
hanging
Awesome.
out.
I like this face.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's got a lot of questions on his mind, as you can see.
Well, he's got questions on his chest, sure, but I
Yeah.
don't know about his on his mind.
He told me he made this skin, or started using this skin specifically in, like, middle school. Thought that was cool. Like, a long time. I think. I don't know
I
what
like
school
the
he's in now.
headset.
Shout out to Madbot and his friends for creating this world in 2013. We're about to go in. Mint,
Yeah.
is it ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just building.
Cool.
Oh
We'll
my.
just wait for a few more people to pop into the stream and then we'll be ready.
What are you building, Mint Salad?
Just more portals.
Shout outs as well to Grafo Volverent in the chat who says hey.
Hey, Grafo.
And
Always
Mully
a
Boom.
pleasure. And Mully
Oh,
Boom,
Mully.
who says hey Grafo.
Oh, never mind.
Hey Mully.
And
Who's Mully?
And Madbot says hi Bird.
Hello, Madbot, my biggest fan. I'm also your biggest fan. Thank you for building us the map we're about to play on.
Yeah.
Chat, feel free to direct the conversation. If it's a boring stream, it's your fault.
Copilot Coco says, I just got the loudest fucking Windows 10 notification noise when this started, and I don't even know how to shut those off.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, if it got you here, then it was clearly meant to be. Alicia Kim says, hi guys!
Hi, Alicia. Oh, I broke my fishing pot.
Good.
Reed Moleman says, Digi, I've been a fan of yours for years. Well, thank you. I hope you continue to be a fan of mine for more years. Sound is a little low. Let's turn it up.
Good shit.
That. Tell me if you think that's good.
Hello, test.
Try to get a little closer to you without
Yeah.
hopefully fucking up the image at all.
And we can, yeah, it looks. Let's, double check.
Before this stream, we were playing
Oh.
Minecraft. And we were like,
Cool.
well,
Everything's working.
we should get on stream about it. Digi was taking a nap on the couch.
Yeah.
Which
I
I
was-
think
we-
Digi should have napped through the stream. It's a little, it's a lot of effort to be awake for your own streams.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get there. I'm sure. Yeah, today as I tweeted about earlier, because people were speculating about our lives and about all the insane drug use and downward spiraling mental state. It was particularly that they in our last live stream that we did, I was accused of having coke bloat because I'm gonna look at myself real carefully in this fucking camera up close.
Oh, I'm.
Like, no, I don't even see. I don't know if it's just
Aren't you
because
historically thin?
I am the thinnest I've ever been. I am 135 pounds, and on the last stream, I was wearing a choker. And so it's hard for me to tell if they were confused that, like, the choker looked like extra fat, or if it was just the way the shadows are hitting my face, because I can't really see it now, looking at myself in the stream. Like, so, yeah, I don't know. I was accused of bloating back up after having lost weight, which is hilarious because I've just continued losing weight and getting stronger.
Quick Minecraft aside, Mint, where am I? Can you group us all together to start us? Yeah, but could you? Will you do it now?
Yes.
Teleport everyone to me at this tower.
Yeah, just group us all together to start.
Okay.
Alicia Kim says, "What is Coke bloat?" What was that? How can they find the picture of Eminem?
Look
that you
up
showed me
Fat
earlier?
Eminem.
Yeah, just
Like
look
there
up
was an
Fat
era
Eminem.
of Eminem's career when he got sober, and suddenly he was a little fatter in the face than he should have been, a little thicker in the noggin. Your cheeks get puffy, shit like that. When you stop doing drugs, you lose the unnatural like edge to. But like we're not doing coke,
Right.
so
Well, the funny part is like there are
we're smoking weed, which makes you eat food.
in
and
the
get
same
fat.
thread, and possibly I want to find out if there's any posts that simultaneously accuse me of having a coke problem and being broke. That's what I truly want to find. That would be the holy grail. Because coke's really
right.
expensive. I could not afford to have a coke problem. I just
Where's
couldn't.
Riley?
I already spend too much on weed.
I went down.
Oh, I have a thing for you.
Oh, I want the thing.
Here,
Do you have
stay down there.
stuff?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me come up. Get
Well,
back
I'm
up there.
going down.
Oh, you wiener.
Andrew Soto asked, experiencing fatigue on HRT? Definitely. I have definitely been sleeping more, but it's also partly from working out. Like, even before I started doing HRT, just the fact that I will more likely physically exhaust myself during the day
Mint,
makes me
I
a
need
lot more
food.
likely to actually be tired at night,
I'm adding care packages.
Which is
into
nice.
town.
for a lifelong insomnia.
Nobody really needs that
Really needs what?
care packages.
But it's just like one, so it's like whoever finds it.
Survival, but everybody gets one special item. If you join our Minecraft game, mine.dick.show, and then you hop into our portal, which is down in the More Hubs section. It's called Zombie World.
I tried to put these instructions in the description.
I
and
know,
it,
nobody
wouldn't let
will.
me create the fucking instance for whatever reason. Like, it
Interesting.
wouldn't let me create the stream until I deleted that from the description.
Well, here's the instructions then.
Yeah.
If you come in and request a special item, Mint will give you one special item to assist your survival. But it's like a really complex world full of like, there's pirate ships, there's banks, there's whatever.
Something we could do real quick is just go into MS Paint and create a little image that just says like the text of what you have to
Right.
do, and then we can add that as a
Well,
scene on the screen.
Mint now knows to just like make an infographic for next time,
Yeah.
basically. But there's this huge tower. Bird, you gotta get outside and show these people this world, bro.
Okay.
Sandra asks, "Have you read Watchmen? Did you?" I have. You guys probably
Yes.
all
Yeah,
read
I've read
Watchmen. as
Watchmen.
well.
Good
I love
book.
Good
Got a
shit.
big cathedral over there.
I read
big
Watchmen
treehouse.
in anticipation of the movie coming out, so that's how long ago.
Bird read it
2008.
because of the TV show,
No, I read it because of the movie.
right?
You showed me the movie, and then
Oh.
I bought it while we were in LA.
Okay,
At a
yeah.
comic. It was a comic book shop or a bookshop called Quest or something like that.
Right, or shop
A store called
Quest.
Quest. That's
Okay,
what it was. It was
Good
cute.
shit.
So it was across the street from like a Bullet Coffee or something, and I was like, oh, I can recognize that.
Right.
And so I went and probably had like 4 Bullet Coffees while we were hanging out there. I bought that Watchmen thing, read it, and then gave it to my cousin, and she still has it. It's a good book. And then through that, we watched the show after we had seen the movie and read the book. The show's really good.
Yeah, controversial for people, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was incredibly true to the type of stories told in the source material, and there's a really good reveal of who Hooded Justice is, which is great because it's like instead of changing like parts of the fandom that are established, like these guys did the respectful thing and like found a thing that wasn't explained in the canon of the original series, and then just like added some exposition there.
Hey, Riley, people are like, "Hey, Digi's blocking Riley once again," but you said you did not want to be on this time, right? On the field of view.
People. Tony from Hack the Movies.
Oh, it's Tony from Back to
Is a
Movies. I didn't even
griefer.
realize.
He's my biggest
He's
stan.
only here for
Riley.
Riley, me, and
Yeah.
Mint. He doesn't want to see you.
That's
He
fine.
disagrees with the
That's
majority
fine.
of the channel. Hi, Tony.
Madbot!
Oh wait, no, actually
It's
Riley
our
is visible.
boy!
Is Madbot in the game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
Madbot.
shit.
I just
Hell
have
yeah.
to be like over closer to you.
Oh my gosh, women close to me? Stop.
It's more likely
Police.
than it looks.
Digi, if you haven't already, what are your thoughts on the Minecraft OST? Also, what does the rest of the crew think? Asks Hums.
What is that?
What is that?
The soundtrack, original soundtrack.
Oh, I play muted.
I love the music in this
Whoops.
game. It's super soothing and relaxing, and I've listened to it as like a bedtime soundtrack a few times. I wish it played the whole time, because like I am more likely to just play music over the game since it's not always playing music, you know. But at the same time, the way it drifts in and out is kind of part of the charm. So I don't know. Good. Anyone else have an opinion? Minecraft.
I like
soundtrack?
Minecraft's music. It's alright. I haven't listened to the soundtrack. I think listening to video game soundtracks is a mental
I mean,
illness.
you've probably heard all of it in the game. That's the same
I
thing.
feel
as-
like that's a strong meme. Is a mental illness. It's just incidental, right?
Well, did you mean like specifically going out of your way to listen
to
the...
only like
Oh, okay.
my
Yeah.
little brother
Soundtrack.
makes a habit to only listen to video game soundtracks.
There's a lot of people like that. A lot of people probably watching this stream like that. I used to
I
always
thank
see
you.
like every once in a while on you'll see someone's favorites charts that's like just the music board on 4chan that's like just game and anime soundtracks, and like I used to know a lot of people who are just like all they listen to is like orchestral score for shit, which I guess is kind
Bert,
of
are you
understandable
really
if that's
just
a
flying
genre
around this
thing.
all survival game mode?
You asked me to
slaved
fly
over?
around to show people stuff.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, what do you mean?
All right. I take that one back. Yeah.
Cheese 167898.9 says Mint has an incredible set of milkers.
Yeah, she
Yeah, I
does.
do.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Go home. Fucking.
John M says, no offense, but why is HRT worth the risk / side effects? I already worry about load test and hormonal issues. Oh, hold on. I got fucking bumped by the goddamn...
Chat be scrolling, don't it?
Here we go. I already worry about how low test and hormonal issues just from my weed / fap habit alone. Low test... Well, I mean, if
Don't
you're worried about low testosterone, then wouldn't you take... You would just take testosterone as the hormone you take.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm obviously not worried about low testosterone.
Don't you
going
want
for
lower
I literally am
T?
taking medicine to cancel my testosterone and add estrogen instead. But yeah, like, I don't know, the major health risks seem to mostly just be like blood clot, like the possibility of getting blood clots, and like some other very minor possibilities, but like, I can't, like, it's one of those things where I can't speak to the benefits of it for me personally without having fully experienced it, because like,
You don't know the game. We'll teach you.
Just do it.
you can't really completely understand the effect it's going to have on you until it has, I guess. The effect it's had on me so far is really difficult to quantify, but I like it. That's about as much as I could possibly explain about that so far. It's only been like less than 3 weeks since I started taking it. What do you think of redo of Healer? You can hear about that on Cantant very soon, like tomorrow. By the way, Tony gave us $5 and said, Bird, put on your neck gaiter.
Man, do it again.
It's
G-A-T-E-R.
in my car.
Man, go get that neck gator.
It's the
Tony
Tony
from Hack
face.
the Movies.
Oh, okay.
face.
the
Oh, yeah.
beautiful face that has replaced
Get the
my
neck
own.
Yeah.
gator.
Oh, don't worry. Bird wears that literally every day.
Yeah, but we gotta advertise it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, he does advertise it because every time someone asks, is that like your face on your face? He's like, no, it's Tony from Hack the Movies, YouTube channel I'm friends with. And they're like, oh, sick.
Don't worry, I sent men to get it. Get a girlfriend, everybody in chat, and then you can just have them like do stuff for you.
It's true.
I haven't done laundry in a year. Fucking great.
Oh, this glider's awesome.
Imagine doing laundry.
I think it's a number.
Okay, let's read some shit.
We'll just have a minute, keep looking for it.
Hack the Movie's list of favorite members of the Digi Collective goes 1 Riley, 2 Bird, 3 Mint, 4 people who appear once on camera and never seen again, 5 Digi. I think more Mauve viewers feel the same as me. Mauve, yes, I'm sure Mauve viewers do.
Yeah, fuck that Digi shit.
Who even is she? She
Digi's
fell asleep
over.
on the stream last time.
Digi's over party. Let's go.
Low energy, immune issues, temper issues. You can become volatile and aggressive, or sad and broken. Motivational issues, cognitive thought, etc. I don't want to hijack chat about hormones, though. I guess, like, I don't know. I mean, I've definitely felt some feelings, like, more intensely than I might normally, but that is, like, nothing but a positive for me as somebody who, like, has difficulty feeling things, you know? So, I don't know. I guess the best way I can put it is I feel more human taking HRT. So, whatever the hell that means.
Take the sissy pills.
But that's kind of the reason I wanted to transition in the first place, is I just felt like the absence in my ability to connect with people on like a broad scale is out of the fact that like the style of communication that I was using is like a cope for not wanting to like come off as a fag, I guess, you know, and then like
YouTube.
Well,
oh
Digi
shit,
can
you're
say
right.
it, right?
Yeah, I can say it. I'm fucking trans. Try me.
Look, that's how it works.
Anything you cannot tell me what to say, it is definitely transphobic. So like, I don't know what the fuck those motherfuckers think they're gonna do.
Anyway, continue.
Hey, I found cake.
Or don't, you know.
Don't forget the few Adderall fiends who replay Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's The Social Network score. That makes sense.
Right. On the new Watchmen show, they did the
They did do that.
whole thing.
They did another thing we watched recently. I think it was a movie. I don't
They did they did Soul, the new Disney movie.
Oh.
The Pixar movie or whatever. I'm not sure which.
It's on the car.
Ah.
I am a Weeb Snime video game
Red
OST
jacket,
guy. Into some other boomer songs though.
Where's your red jacket?
In the coat jacket?
Oh, anime. Weeb anime video game OST. Okay. The cast is amazing, has so many great characters. Oh, they're talking about Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter's good.
Anybody
I like it a
got
lot.
some good anime to fall asleep to? Sketchbook Full Colors. That show knocked me out every time I tried to watch it.
What's the Pashoo lady?
Pashoo! That show's too short. You'd have to be able to get to sleep real quick. Those episodes are like 2 minutes long. I don't. Wakako Zake. That's what you're talking about.
Bro, there's a froyo place in this world. Oh no, it's soda? Bro.
Paisano says, why did you stop making rant videos? Because I made a huge mistake, and I offered rants in tiers where if you paid more, I would watch stuff for your rant. But I offered really out of hand amounts of time for people to request. So I ended up with this huge stockpile of stuff I still haven't watched in order to rant about. And in order to prevent that from getting any bigger, I closed the rants until I have finished them all. In which case I will reintroduce them in a different form, not as a Patreon reward. Because they really just
Birds on the jacket.
don't function well that
Well.
way.
You gotta keep looking.
What would it be?
I don't know. You gotta find it.
I do like putting things.
Tony says, you should see when I wear the shirt with my face. People do double takes. I bet.
Imagine having to see Tony twice in person. Fuck. Right, one after the other. Like you look at his face, look down, go ah, or the other way around. You start down and you're looking up.
It'd be almost as bad as living with you.
Shut up. I'm pretty. Based.
Andrew Soto asks, Digi, are you going to do female voice training? I should probably ask what your goals are for this transition. In terms of voice, I'm just kind of trying to talk in higher and higher pitch all the time. In fact, right now, I'm just going to keep adjusting upwards until it sounds a little bit more feminine, so that maybe we can... Is this feminine voice?
Get closer to
this
the
So wait, I don't think that your speaking voice isn't feminine.
I agree. Like
I've spoken to a lot of fucking women, and like
I listen to myself on podcasts, and if I don't actively think that is a guy's voice, like if I'm not like, if I just take it like at face value, it's kind of like Duncan Trussell, where it's like I could easily have believed that was just an old lady if I had not seen what he looked like at all.
Yeah, you're Baroness Grey or all one.
Manga greater than anime. Well, I came right at the end of hearing the answer to the question I had. Good thing I can roll back on YouTube streams. Hell yeah. Do you ever watch ContraPoint? She has great videos on philosophy and politics with many tie-ins to trans issues. I do. I've seen most of her videos, probably. I was catching up on them because there was a few years where I just wasn't watching her shit. So I've been, like, catching up on all the stuff I had missed. And she also just put out a new video on fucking J.K. Rowling that's, like, 90 minutes long. So I'll probably watch that at some point. Probably when I, like, wake up and I'm doing my morning dab routine. Bananas are greater than Western cartoons. Okay, I agree. Bananas
I
are
can't
good.
believe Mint yet to find that neck gator.
I don't know where it
It's
is.
almost like she hates Tony from Hack the Movies.
Tony
Mint.
quoted you saying, "I've spoken to a lot of women," and says, "What a Chad." Hello, Digi Collective. Capsize the Boat is really catchy.
I'm not doing my part.
I'm not currently chilling at a discotheque. I'm playing Minecraft.
There's a disconnect in the server when the lag cord got pulled, just like your card.
This is not an official remix. This is not sanctioned by the artist. It's not.
It's sanctioned by one of them.
Tony says hashtag cancel Mint.
About time.
I'm guessing because you haven't found the.
She's doing it on
looking all
purpose.
over too.
She doesn't care about Tony at all. She hasn't looked anywhere Bird lives yet.
Where do you think it would be other than your car?
Yeah.
Great.
Under us, maybe?
Under you? Under me?
Did you?
Y'all are the worst type of people. You didn't even find the net. You didn't preemptively assume that Tony was gonna pay $5 for a neck gator ad. You weren't prepared for. Oh, what kind of online content creator are you? Fucking amateurs.
A bad one.
I'm dealing with amateurs.
I let you down, Tony. I should be below Mint on your ranking. Maybe even below the people that have one time on the channel and don't show up again, but definitely not below Digi.
Sonder asks, who's your favorite YouTuber, Digi? My all-time favorite YouTuber, probably Endless Jess. I don't know if I currently consider him a YouTuber, as he only releases stuff through Patreon, and he hates YouTube with a burning passion. So in terms of people who are like YouTubers, I really like Emp Lemon, because I think he's the only person who puts like the full-scale effort into doing video essays that like is still doing it. Other than that, I've been really disappointed with YouTube mostly lately. Like, I've abandoned so much of what I used to watch just because, like, I can't bring myself to watch, like, game analysis or, just, like, I used to watch a lot of reviews and, like, analysis of stuff I don't really care about from YouTubers that I think are just kind of decent. And, like, I don't know.
I'll be your friend. Hey,
Maybe just
Cool.
because, like,
Let's go.
why hip?
I tend to seek out videos that I can watch with whoever I'm watching stuff with, and so with you, it's always food videos
Heck yeah.
and guns. Food
and guns. The two necessities in life.
Indeed. Tachibana Corporation says, no matter where you go, everyone's connected. Agreed. It's all a rich tapestry, as Anime Critique used to say. God rest his soul if
Fix that
he's
What is
not
it?
alive.
Bad. These people are not in survival.
Who is the hardest person to make laugh in the crew?
Me.
Yeah, probably Riley. You do a lot of like kind of laugh, but not a lot of like full bore laughter.
I've got really high standards. Okay, I'm a big shot. I've been at comedy shows. I did 2 minutes on stage once. I fucking hate comedy.
Where did you go?
Well, I'm running from creatures.
Me too. Which way?
Tony says, I'm telling the Wall Street Journal you hate Italians and want to censor my face. They'll force YouTube to return my $5.
That's based. It's true.
Are you planning on reading Fire Punch after Chainsaw Man? I wasn't. If we get a lot of requests for it on content, maybe we will. I don't know. I remember Digi being into H3H3. I was a fan of the podcast for a while, but I don't know. I got bored of it, and Ethan seems like kind of a douchebag these days. But maybe that's just how it seems from a distance. I know Victor still watches the H3 podcast, so...
Danny Mullen is my favorite YouTuber.
Danny Mullen's a lot of fun, too. He's another one who I would say makes actual high-quality content for YouTube, which is, like... Again, it's like him and Emp Lemon, and, like, there's a few, like, maybe... I can't even, like, off the top of my head, think of another person who's, like, consistently putting out high-quality content.
Justin Wang... yeah, I mean, you know, I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, but I like Justin Wang and Danny Mullen.
And, of course, Tony from Hack the Movies, as we all know.
Does he do YouTube? Is he a YouTuber?
So.
He's got an amazing show talking about tapes where he reviews tapes. What? Never heard of it?
I might have to get into it.
He also has my favorite Godzilla podcast out there, Godzilla versus the Podcast Monster.
Yeah, a lot of competition on that. A lot of Godzilla podcasts.
There's at least one other one, but
I've done a Godzilla podcast.
You have?
Yeah. Actually, I've done multiple Godzilla podcasts.
Incredible.
I did one on Shin Godzilla and on the 2014 American movie.
So wait, how long was that before you became a woman? So I know when Maddox is gonna.
Not that long before.
Hell yeah, Maddox.
I definitely
Maddie Locke.
I definitely think
Maddox is trans.
Godzilla has a strong appeal to trans people.
Godzilla's trans. Wait, is Godzilla a boy or a girl?
I mean,
Girlzilla or
they
Guyzilla?
usually will. I mean, in the American movie, Godzilla lays a bunch of fucking eggs. So definitely female in the like 1997 Roland Emmerich movie, which everyone hates. Godzilla has a son in some of the older movies. It's never explained with whom.
Mothra.
That would be hot.
Mia Suns.
Speedrunning is the most degenerate act man has ever come up with, said some GoldenEye speedrunner during a run. I can believe that. It's extremely masturbatory, that's for sure.
Speedrunning?
Yeah. Where do you usually go to watch abstract / art house besides Criterion or pirating? Also, best ramen place in Boston. There's this one ramen place in Boston I never got to go to, but it's like a hole in the wall that seats 6 and is like obviously the best ramen place in Boston.
This place I've never been is what I recommend.
It's just you look at it and you're like, that's obviously the best ramen place that's in America.
All of
like,
Boston.
it's the only place that looks like a real ramen shop that I've ever seen, and it's like so fucking small that you can't get into it. But the other ramen places I went to there were not particularly impressive necessarily. And what was the other part of that question? Oh yeah, going to watch abstract / art house. I will literally just Google watch abstract movies or something if I wanted to do that. Like list of best, or most obscure. There's all kinds of people on the internet who just manage lists of weird shit. So, just gotta find those lists. 4chan, great place to get recommendations of weird shit. Danny Mullen is funny as hell. Lol, says Enclave Soldier.
You right though.
Molly Bloom says, I've been listening to the podcast The Perfume Nationalist. I really recommend it. I know Kobold talks about that a lot on Twitter. I've heard a few people, I think maybe Aria Sophie's talked about it too. So I've always been, I think I was like afraid to even attempt to listen to that with May, so I'll just have to listen to it with my new posse.
What is it?
It's some weird political podcast of esotericism.
Oh God.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's why I haven't listened to it yet. Do you revisit the 80s/90s anime OVAs, and are there any you defend to this day? I mean, almost all of them. 80s, 90s anime OVAs are the shit. There's a ton of great ones. Shouldn't say almost all of them, because there's a ton of shit ones also. Garzy's Wing is both of those things. What is considered consistent though? Like video per day, week, or month? Literally, if somebody's putting out a video a month of high quality, I would consider that enough. Like, I mean, Emp Lemon only puts out a video every like couple of months, but it's always worth the wait, you know. And like there are certain analysis channels that do really good analysis, like Matthew Matosis, Noah Caldwell Gervais. Like, I'm willing to wait for their videos. Not that I'm like, you know, it's just like when any of those YouTubers put something out, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch this with like a meal, you know, and like sit down and try to concentrate on it and like intake this information, or, you know, be entertained by this thing. Whereas a lot of the YouTube that I was subscribed to, I would just put on for white noise so that I could like think over it while I smoke, basically. So like, just especially now that like I guess the reason that I watched so much like vapid YouTube is that I was always the person in control of the entertainment before. You know, it's just like well,
and I'll throw on KRS-One instead.
Right, well, yeah, Riley will literally just sit there and play fucking Mansions all day, or
Mansions?
or
Mansions.
Bird will
Mansions.
play
Mansions.
Apex Legends, or like, you know, so
Mansions.
or you'll just throw on like a movie or a Netflix show or something, you know, and any
Mansions.
of those things is more stimulating than watching the same YouTube regurgitations that I've been watching for years. So
Helps that my taste is Kino as well.
oh damn, MC Music.
MC.
Oh, Minecraft music, of course. Summoning Salts is like that. Summoning Salts is a good channel, but I mean, like, for me as somebody who is not a speedrun watcher, every video is almost exactly the same. I mean, he uses the same fucking music in all of them too, so that adds to it, but like, you know, they're good videos about the history of these speedruns, and sometimes they can be entertaining if the speedruns had like some really crazy tech or something, or, you know, some moment where the competition was super fierce. Obviously, he tries to pick stuff that has a relatively interesting history, but I don't know. Like I said, it's hard for me to care about gaming stuff anymore because I just really don't play video games. Like, last time I played a video game was like 6 months ago, playing Sekiro or something like that, I think.
I died.
Just come to me, Bird. I'm in Ricky's trailer from Trailer Park Boys. We growing weed in here.
What does novelty mean to you?
New.
Uniqueness,
new
right?
New thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, isn't this novel? You know, anything that makes you say that.
Stop it, Bird.
Did you ever get around to finishing Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju? Nope, never watched the second season. I only just recently found Digi through the rants. It's philosophically potent white noise content for me. Not much interest in the anime stuff, but I just enjoy the usual articulation. See, that's why the rants are posted individually as videos. That as I was making the rants, people would constantly ask me why I didn't just do them as like one big video because I would drop like 50 videos in a day and just carpet
Right.
bomb people's sub feeds. And it's like, well,
Fuck your sub feed.
if I did it as one video, that one video would get 4,000 views, whereas like literally all of these will, and new people will find them who just care about this one subject.
That's
you
the
know,
art of
like-
clipping. You gotta
Yeah.
be able to clip good shit. People always don't understand why clip channels work like they do. It's so
Clip
you can
channels are
share
good.
this thing with someone else you wanted to say it to, but you
Right.
don't have the words for it.
Exactly. That was the conceit of the like.
That is the point of them.
I wanted them to be something you can send to people to win arguments. Like
Perfect.
if you hate this thing or you love this thing and you think I'm going to have the same opinion as you, you know, like, though it's always a risk because you don't know what my opinion is going to be necessarily. So, you know, there's always a chance I'm going to like kind of just sputter and cough about it for a minute and a half because I don't have any thoughts or didn't
Right.
care, you know. Do you like AVGN? Yeah. Huge
Ooh.
fan. I mean, AVGN was the first, like... I saw AVGN before YouTube existed. So, like, the level of influence that he had on, like, the whole genre of what I do is, like, beyond what I could ever measure. He is the most influential, like, reviewer on the internet.
I just don't
Even
like
though
those.
he's not the most popular anymore. Like,
I don't like those Cinemassacre writers, you know, like that.
Oh,
Tony
yeah, the whole
from
team.
That Tony
Movies
guy's
guy.
not very.
yeah, his whole team is, like...
Whenever he does a video with James Rolfe, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe AVGN should have ended in '89, in the prime of the channel, like in the '80s. You know, '93 was a rough year for Angry Video Game Nerd, and they're gone.
I love the idea that like it took place like it takes place in the era when the games he's playing actually came out in, you know?
Right.
Like
Obviously. What do you mean? That's how that channel works. I didn't grow up on AVGN, so I mean, I think the videos are cool. I'm not into pop culture shit as much as like I'm into just the stories in it. So I can talk about movies and stuff, but I've never been like an Andy Signor or Kevin Smith type.
right.
You know, like Vito and Tony, like they just like care about and talk about pop culture.
Ring Tomb asks, "Hey, Digi, the main channel uploads over. Why
Are they
would you
over?
think that?
Are they gone?
I just don't understand.
They're just
why
gonna
you'd
start
ever
deleting the
think
back
that.
catalog soon, so you better download them.
Yeah, I gotta delete them all.
From here on out, every time someone asks that question,
Delete
the
one
video's
just
gone.
delete one historic video from the Sorry, but this random Asterix Wars part is gone.
You have to watch the full one.
You guys wanted one video uploads. That's funny.
John M says, "I can see the freedom that perspective affords you." Talking to you, Riley. "I feel almost a duty and obligation to appease my obsessive media consumption FOMO, and it becomes work instead of play. Lol."
Fascinating. I mean, like, I guess I'm like that with hip hop.
He also says AVGN has sucked for something like a decade. It's been exactly like... There's like this weird idea that AVGN had like some massive shift in quality or change. It's been exactly the fucking same. Like, it's been the same show, same style. If anything, I think the writing and editing only ever got crisper. He got way better at actually reviewing games. Like, the analytical element of it is vastly superior to the earlier videos. But like...
The
just
peak
overall,
was
it's good stuff.
the Macaulay Culkin episode, right? Isn't that the peak of any YouTube channel though? Like
Just having Macaulay Culkin.
well, he played video games with Macaulay Culkin. He played the Home Alone
Right.
game with Macaulay Culkin.
I don't know if you're aware that Macaulay Culkin also like is a part of Red Letter Media, basically.
Oh, is he?
Like he is.
I don't watch
YouTuber.
Red Letter.
He's got like he's also got his own like
That's
YouTube
cool.
cabal and website and stuff. Like his own weird crew, you know. But yeah, he's like he really got heavily involved in like doing lots of spots on YouTube shows because of the fact that he was launching his own whole thing.
Cool.
Um,
The more you know.
Nietzsche and Carl Jung are goated. Sure. At some point where it becomes work is where you should reconsider your approach. The global media output is a bullet train we cannot even see the front of at this point. Yeah, no, like... I used to be real obsessed with, like, if you've ever seen my video, You Do Not Have Time, I'm, like, really on about the idea that, like, if you want to watch, like, if you want to play all the top 100 best video games and watch all the top 100 best movies and all this stuff before you die, then, like, you gotta, you know, be, like, super Spartan about your time. But, like, I've long let go of the idea that I will ever come close to seeing everything I would like. So rather than that, I'm more interested in trying to figure out what I would like about what I happen to see. Ooh, you know, much more of a challenge for you as a human than, like, just going out into the world and finding everything that naturally appeals to you. Is figuring out how to make things appeal to you. AV Jan was what got me into watching YouTube. Yeah, I think a lot of people. Does anime count as pop culture? Absolutely. Although I have a couple of videos, one called Anime as Counterculture and Anime as Regular Culture, which make the argument for both ends of anime's place within pop culture.
Decisive as fuck.
I love when the presentation / packaging in media is as inconvenient and annoying as possible, so I like the rants being separate. Thank you, Molly Blue. The main channel has literally vanished from existence, says Now.
It's still there. Have you looked recently? It like just look.
Literally vanished.
No, it's gone.
Go to the YouTube
All
search bar
caps.
and type in Digi, D-I-G-I.
You won't find it.
It's not. Oh, it's not Digibro anymore. That might be your.
Right.
That's probably
That's
the
true.
issue.
Sonder says, Lamau, remember when Digi and Gigic were arguing with each other? Yeah, it was fun. We were pals then. 17 says, you joke, but not that we're not pals. I just haven't talked to Gigic since that vote. 17 says, you joke, but I've thought about deleting my channel and assuming a new identity 5 times in the last month. I mean, I've thought about it like every day of my entire YouTube career, but that's because that's just a thing I think is super cool and fun to do. Like there was a period where back when I was an anime blogger, where I put my blog on hiatus for like 3 months after I stopped seeing my psychologist, and I created a new blog called Is That You Motiliata, where my name was Sedice Bisante, and I was only talking about manga, and I joined a scanslation group and just did a bunch of manga shit for like 3 months until I brought back, just imported all those posts back into the main blog. And it was really fun because the conceit of the identity of Sedice Bisante was that I was not a rude, arrogant piece of shit like how I behaved all the time in my normal blog. And that's kind of also what I did when I did Digibrony, was like, hey, what if I tried to create like a version of me that's like nice?
Less of an alcoholic rage monster.
Yeah, exactly. And now that's what I'm just trying to do with my actual life, is be less of a self-destructive.
That's what I'm here for.
Self-hating,
Taking your place.
Dude. I was talking to Andrew, but Riley gets it. Haha. Well, good. Remember when Digi was a controversial figure? I still am. Just not on the same scale, I guess. I'm definitely still controversial. Look at the fucking like and dislike ratio on the recent videos on this channel.
I found a lake full of salmon. This makes me have PTSD to bird salmon bombing villages. Like Obama with his drones.
I did that.
Yeah.
You sure did.
Yeah, you did. Birds in here griefing like just random people who've joined our Discord. Minecraft server.
I'm not griefing anyone.
Well, not right now.
I'm just being a salmon preservationist. I care about the environment.
I'm just trying to pick like a cool place to like live in regular mode.
John M says, don't try to scrub and rebuild your public identity. I deleted all social media and wish I didn't. Shrunk my social network pretty significantly.
Yeah. I lost my Twitter last week for nothing. I'm not even gonna repeat it. Huh?
Pretty brutal.
The joke was just that, only Democrat votes count. I'm not even like a steal the Stop the Steal Republican
Steal the
dude.
stop.
Because I'm a Kanye voter, and we all know it was stolen from him.
Right.
But yeah, I lost my Twitter, lost all my mutuals, which is like a big hit to me.
Especially because, like, your job is having Twitter mutuals, practically, in
Yeah,
terms
it's
of
great.
the Dick Show.
But, you know, I got some of them back.
Right.
It's all about people being able to see you online. Like, notifications bury shit. It sucks. If you're not mutuals with somebody, you're not going to be able to talk to them in any meaningful way on the internet. Like, if they're, you know, of any value to talk to. They're busy.
Saunders says Twitter is garbage, but it's addictive. That's true. I've made Twitter pretty good for me. Twitter doesn't make me mad anymore because I stopped following anything political. Actually, I mean, I still see politics, but I guess just with May around it, I'm not tasked to, like, care or pretend to.
Mint is
Yeah.
playing Minecraft.
What the fuck is happening to your screen right now, by the way? What in
Madbot gave me nausea.
Oh.
You deserve it. You're the worst player on every map.
Evenings of silence and mornings of nausea, shaking, sweating.
Hey, everybody, like, teleport to me. I've got it. This is where we play. This is it.
As someone who's never smoked weed, how does it compare to alcohol? It really depends on your tolerance and everything. Like,
Does not give you a headache like alcohol does, though.
right. I mean, like, if you get really high, which has, like, to the level that you don't, I don't know, I can't get this high anymore. Like, early on, if you're, like, feel like you're in a mind spiral because, like, your thoughts are just traveling faster than they ever have in your life or something like that, or you just go into, like, a weed coma where you just, like, kind of lay on the couch and have no thoughts and just eat, depending on which strain you're smoking. But, like, those are pretty much the two extremes of, like, what to expect when you're high. Is either, oh god, I'm thinking way too much, and if you have an anxious personality, then that will lead to anxiety, or, like, I am melting into the couch. But for me, as somebody who's high just all the time, it's basically just kind of like being in a lighter state of mind, and also, like, I'm more capable of kind of keeping track of the meta-textual elements of everything going on in my life, where, like, it's easier to like both experience something and think about it at the same time, I guess, when I'm high, as opposed to, like, kind of, you know, when I'm sober, I might get distracted from what I'm experiencing by my thoughts or vice versa. So, yeah, whereas getting drunk is more about, like, just turning everything into, like, a swirl and, like, you know, having no inhibitions about things. But, like, as Hum said, weed makes you dumb and chill but anxious. Like, weed does not make me anxious anymore, just because, again, I literally smoke all the time. So, like, that part of it, even in situations, if it's like if I got stopped by the cops and I was high, I would not be paranoid about it. I just would be like, well, this is just my normal state of mind. There's nothing about my behavior could be weird, you know? Like, weed is actually the lightest psychedelic IMO. That's how I'd categorize it. Well, I don't think that guy's done other psychedelics if he hasn't smoked weed. I don't know. Not impossible. Is weed expensive? That depends on how you're acquiring it. Where do you live? I guess that's the answer to that question. Because, I mean, obviously, anywhere that it's illegal, it's usually more expensive than the legal stuff. Well, that's not always true, because, Riley, you were telling me that the prices where you're originally from were a lot better.
Yeah. Bird, you're just a whole type of person.
He said to stop, so I had to.
Everybody listen to Bird's music so he can stop being such an angsty boy. He's clearly angsty, okay?
Jeff said of I literally smoke all the time. We can tell, Digi. We can tell. I'm sure you could tell at the start of the stream because I couldn't get that cough out of my throat. Have any of you done MDMA/ecstasy? How was that if so?
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Don't do it. I mean, I don't recommend any drugs to anyone.
Only do drugs in Minecraft.
Right, but in Minecraft, MDMA is a great way to listen to music and talk to your friends. You'll be real social.
It's extreme. Like, I've done it 3 times, I think.
In Minecraft.
And, yeah, it basically, for me, literally cures my anxiety. I just stop being anxious about stuff. I start looking people right in the eye the entire time I'm talking to them. And yeah, every time we've all done ecstasy together, we just have long conversations.
Bird.
What? It's purely for my cave.
Bird.
I'm purely making a cave.
If you're gonna do ecstasy, do it with people you really like, so that you
wow.
can be all like, "Oh man, we're the best friends, bro. I like you, bro."
Right.
Good for that.
Fucking summoned a lightning bolt.
Oh, John M says, "Nah, I've done extensive psychedelics, lol. That's why I think weed fits more with that energy than the typical depressant type of description it gets." Well, I didn't mean you. I meant the guy who was saying, "What is weed like?" Probably hasn't done a bunch of other psychedelics. Maybe that's not who that other person was talking to, though. Would you agree with me if I said that the PCP is a dead meme? There'll never be another RadCon. People who disassociated with the PCP like Jesse Munchie and kinda you will never return. Disagree. First of all,
What's that mean?
I think there will be another RadCon. There's no reason there wouldn't be. I don't consider Jesse or Munchie dissociated with the PCP. They just are not interested in being involved in like that type of internet content at all. Personally, like, I never remember to go, like, PCP falls, it's recorded at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Like, unless I, like, make a note of, like, remembering to go on that week, I just tend to usually forget. And that's the biggest reason I miss it all the time. PCP is actually fire. It doesn't deserve its nasty, lowly reputation. Dissociatives are cozy and peculiar at the same time. That was a weird left turn that post took. Man, I really want to try MDMA, but I've always been worried I'll open up too much. Sounds like a lot of fun, though, in Minecraft, of course.
Yeah, that's
You will
fair.
open up too much. If there's something you're worried about saying to someone, you're going to say it.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Why did Jesse left the PCP? Jesse left the internet. Jesse's on a rogue cross-country adventure, keeping himself alive.
What the fuck?
And releasing content through Patreon. So, support his Patreon.
What is happening?
We look like a curse ring, I think.
Hey, how do I use this fly suit? How go? Oh, man.
What are you trying to do?
Fly suit. How go?
Oh, you replace it with the chest.
Oh, John M. thought we were talking about the drug PCP. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
When he said
So you jump and
when
then
he
you jump
said
again.
PCP is actually fire, it doesn't deserve its nasty lowly reputation. He was talking about the drug.
I've heard
That's
PCP is great. I mean, the problem with drugs is that losers end up doing them as much as not losers do them, and then
Right.
losers are really loud about being losers all the time. So people
Sure.
are like, "Oh yeah, this loser is a representative of peace." Like, no Florida man is a representative of a drug user. That's the representative of somebody who doesn't use drugs,
Right. Who's
Because they're
Florida
fucked. Like, yeah, little drug rant.
I avoid eye contact at work due to Me Too stuff. Are you saying you're afraid you'll get Me Too'd for making eye contact with somebody? I mean, if we get to that point, we will literally be in, like, Demolition Man level. I think that's, like... That's something I can see happening in that movie.
Yeah. You know, no hand.
When is the new Ava vids coming out? Says Kobold Knight. I assume, are they talking about you guys as Ava vids? Are they talking about Annie Mates? Is that what you're asking about?
Clarify it, friend.
Molly Bloom says, I can't do weed or psychedelics because grandma is schizo. Not sure if ecstasy can also trigger that shit. Bruh. You're already schizo. I'm just telling you, if you're in the Dempa mob, come on. Like, it's endemic. We're all schizo here. It's okay. Just just unleash it. It's better to deal with it now than later. You know? Know the devil so that you can combat it. That wasn't a weird thing to say to somebody. Yeah, you are a schizo, don't worry. You follow me. What do you think about Monkey Jones now? Asks Sonder. I have no real opinion because I don't keep up with him. TBH, I like PCP now still. Never cared for Ben Saint that much before, but I've come to appreciate him and given way more after listening to them for hours while doing art. Lol. Good. Peyote Erotic says, I legit accidentally stripped someone on Molly. If you have sexuality issues, it can make you nigh on criminal. Try it at home, maybe? Yeah, I guess,
I mean, that's...
if you have sexuality issues, then yes. Try it at home, maybe. Wertia Audit says, the Digi Collective, with Minecraft being cited for human rights violations in recent years after community leaders became concerned with our nation's stability, should human rights be enforced more?
No.
What?
I don't pay attention to anything.
That's not a real question, Menzo.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's about Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to anything in Minecraft. I just kind of...
John M says, MDMA...
Wait, this is about a real community issue with Minecraft? Okay. Move on.
John M says, MDMA is one of the most toxic drugs to the brain, but one of the most healing to the mind in very intentional and sparse usage.
Yeah.
That's what I have been told as well. People were telling us, like, if you literally did it more than once a month, then it'll, like, burn out your receptors for it, which I believe, because some story I was told about some little Princess Digi's Papa King Papa who went ahead and did fucking 30 MDMA tablets in a night once, apparently, back in the glory days of being a party rambunctious man.
They start to wear off.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
You're like, gotta have that 45 minutes of peak 17 times tonight. Like,
after that debate with Destiny, I have also had to ingest plenty of drugs.
it's pretty funny.
This hailstorm.
You can't debate Destiny.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Can't be done.
The reason I will concede to the idea that I lost to Destiny in that debate, not because I think that my argument was incorrect, but because I didn't understand what Destiny existed for, which is not to be correct, but to win arguments.
Right.
And, like, if I had understood that going in, then, like, I thought he was just, like, a guy who really thought he was right about everything and is super insistent about it. But that's kind of secondary. Like, that's not untrue, but it's not the point. You know, the point is winning arguments and having so his audience has people to dunk on, basically. It's blood sport, but for the left. You know?
Yeah.
The Digi Collective, do you believe in the Constitution and international human rights doctrine specifically made to give you more rights and freedoms? The doctrines only work as much as you believe.
Only in Minecraft.
Rit gave us $1.
Yay.
No comment.
Thank you, Rit.
Thank
Yay.
That's the best super chat, really. Just the no comment.
Well, you have to give at least $2 to be able to leave a comment, so...
Well, I
that's
mean,
slack.
I'm just going to appreciate the thought.
Fucking birds, like, it was so nice that they didn't even say anything.
Molly Bloom says, I'm talking about literally hearing voices, Digi. I mean, how different is hearing voices from having thoughts? I really wonder, like, there are people whose thoughts do not occur in words, so, like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm bipolar, and on manic phases, it's, like, historically well documented that sometimes you, like, think you hear God and kidnap a baby. So, I'm not sure, like, schizophrenia is not even, like, just about hearing voices, right? Lots of people hear voices. Not just schizophrenics. I don't know. seems like something I wouldn't fuck with.
Whoa, we just got two $10 super chats in a row.
Whoa.
Nathan DePoo with $9.99 says, I wanted to buy you a drink at Crunchyroll Expo a few years ago, but had a flight that weekend. Flight that weekend. Here's one from 2017. Cheers. Thank you, Nathan DePew. Thanks for the beer, finally. I will definitely spend that money on a beer. Well, you actually gave me more than the 6-pack I just bought costed, so, like...
Shout out to Aldi.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Kobold Knight for $10 says, when is the next Animates videos coming out? Thanks for the content and the can-tan. That's $10 asking for Animates, so...
Don't worry, it's coming back. It's going to be on this channel a lot, and then we're going to do bonus episodes on OnlyFans. I've decided that we got to have, like, the main Animate series on the DigiCollective channel out of spite, and then, like, just the bonus content will be on OnlyFans. It was going to be an OnlyFans only, but it was so controversial that it drove up attention on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good.
It did
It's good
drive
for
up
the
attention.
algorithm.
That's true.
And got $10. So, yeah, we're doing that. We have another episode coming out in a couple days. You might hate this if you want Evangelion content. We're gonna review the next like chunk of episodes we watched, but we aren't finishing Eva yet. We'll probably come back to it, but I don't think that I have seen enough anime to appreciate Evangelion. It's kind of like if your first movie is Inglourious Bastards, you're not really gonna like understand how important that
very
film
good
is.
comparison, actually. Like,
Right.
In terms of what it's like.
Controversial and like kind
And-
of that like aesthetic, like autistic savantism went
Yeah.
into the craftsmanship, like
And like its obsession with all other media.
Right.
You know, like with its.
it's like an anime's anime, like for
Right.
sure. So we're gonna fail it for a while, and we're gonna move on to Darker Than Black
Hell
for
yeah.
the next episode.
I'm excited for that because Darker Than Black's great.
Yeah.
And it's very under talked about over the years. Like, it's a popular show, but nobody talks about it. So.
Yeah, that's my pick, and then Mint gets to pick something to make me watch because she doesn't like it already. It's about superhero shit. So yep, that's the Animates update.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff coming out, Log Horizon, how do you feel about it, Digi? I haven't started the new season yet. Tell me it's good. Tell me it's not suddenly shitty, please. I mean, a lot of people thought that about season 2, but I liked it, so... How much would we need to pay you to release your RadCon lecture? I mean, if somebody, like, just dropped me $1,000 and said, finish your lecture by next week, I'd be like, okay. But,
Well, then that's the answer.
yeah, I guess that's the answer. But, I mean, I still plan to do it.
$800. It's 3 weeks.
Biggest problems is that, like, it's very long. I initially was doing very intensive editing on it that I no longer wish to do.
Right.
And also, like, just the whole tone of it is very weird. And so I had wanted to, like, add more clips into it to, like, fill in some stuff that I thought I missed and just kind of, like, even out the tone a bit so that it feels more coherent. So, like, this lecture opens with me, like, walking out, like, of a closet, taking a massive bong rip, coughing and screaming and hacking, and then, like, just basically making it look like I'm about to, like I just, like, experienced the worst misery of my life, and, like, I'm traumatized, and, like, I'm giving a PTSD lecture, so that's kind of the tone of it. I was in, like, a really weird state when I did that lecture. Are you still keeping up with We Are Change? I have not been. I had been up until some point, and I just don't care and can't pretend I do about anything happening in the world at all. If it's not happening directly in front of me or to people I know, it's very hard for me to, like, to feel like I have enough context to have any thoughts about anything. My dad is having a schizo break is why I don't mess with anything. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, but, like, I don't know how much experience anyone, like, has with it, but, like, I just really don't think that, like, that it's, there's such a thing as, like, break completely. I mean, maybe if, like, I don't know, even Alzheimer's is, like, you can potentially recover from that. Like, it's about strengthening your mind and like developing habits, and not that everybody can do this, obviously. If you reach a point where you're having a breakdown, it's because you have been failing to do this, probably. But like,
Right.
it's recoverable. Like people think that like having a episode means like, oh, it's gonna be unpredictable for the rest of my life whether this is gonna happen. And it's like, not to say that it couldn't be caused by something or triggered unexpectedly at some point, but like, if you're living a healthy and well-maintained lifestyle, then it's a lot easier to keep control of your mind and be able to do, you know, weird psychonautic experiments even though you're schizophrenic, you know?
Sure.
But, you know, I'm just a gonzo therapist, so don't take
You're
my
the
word
internet's
for
there.
it. Rit with $5 says, can I have the vid of Digi dippin' when I said not to do lore, like having 9 personalities in one body? Which, like, is this was this, this must have been from a stream or something,
What?
right? I don't know which clip you're referring to, but if you could tell me where to find that clip. The vid of Digi
Sir,
dippin'. I
this
said
isn't
not to do lore, like having 9 personalities. I only have 2 personalities, not 9.
Fuck. You are a literal terrorist now. You're actually doing
Minecraft.
terrorism in Minecraft. Just look. I'm Robin. I'm here to stop you.
Dude,
Knock it off.
dude, holy shit. Frode says, a string of temporal lobe seizures left me unable to think in words. I would not recommend it.
Well, see, that's
So you're still completely unable to think. I didn't know you could lose the ability to think in words. That
well,
is
if some
fucking
people
fascinating.
can't, then yeah, it's like a thing that can happen. Dude,
I
I,
wanna
didn't know
know
people
how-
had chronic headaches until this week.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I've had a migraine for 6 days. Like, it ebbs and flows, but it hasn't gone away. And, like, we're not sure if it's something I've onset onto myself, because it hasn't gone away,
Right.
or if it's, like, going to pass this week. We don't know what it is. I stopped drinking caffeine, and then drank a lot of water, and then drank a lot of caffeine, and then tried tension headache medicine, and then tried muscle relaxers for cluster headaches, and then we tried... It's been a hell of a week for me.
It's been bad.
My music's going to be real lo-fi for the next few weeks.
You've described it as the worst pain you've ever felt in your life, correct?
Yeah, it's like when it first hit me, we were hanging out. Asher came to hang out with us. Napsy Love on Twitter, our friend. And the first day that it hit me, I was just like hanging out in the living room with everybody. I took a dab, and then suddenly it felt like I had been stabbed in the head. I'm not exaggerating because I've been stabbed in the stomach. I know what it feels like to get stabbed. And this was like the same thing. If not like worse, because it also made me want to puke, which being stabbed it didn't do. So like immediately hot flashes and my head just hurt, and it's dulling right now. Every morning at about 9 o'clock, right, man?
Yeah.
Every morning at 9 o'clock it spikes, and
Yeah.
then I deal with it until about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then it's manageable to do other shit. So that's my headache shit. So if anybody deals with chronic headaches, chronic migraines, and has any take, let me know. Shit's rough.
What anime do you recommend to me if I am disillusioned with all of the fetish appeals and melodrama and consumer vibes? What will sell me on anime not being lowbrow pandering to power fantasy / fetishes? Just watch artsy shit. Or, like... I'm sure I have videos, like, where I categorically recommend, like, quote-unquote respectable anime.
Wow. Hey, can you fix this?
Yeah, I'm getting worried that this hard drive keeps falling like that. Like,
I don't know. I mean, like, it's better than those books falling. You wouldn't want the data to get corrupted in one of those books, did you?
yeah.
You know, if it broke. If a book broke, you wouldn't want to lose all that data, did you? See, that's not a laugh. That's like a hyena chuckle. I don't laugh. I mean, I would microdose mushroom. I just haven't gotten any. That's definitely like next week's plan, right? Like, if she doesn't go away, I'm just gonna go to DC where it's now legal and grab some mushrooms.
Okay,
How did
hopefully.
it look?
I don't know yet. I will know momentarily. Groove down into the depths like a beat do. When it's doing right there, what you can get used to. Alright, it's perfect. What do you know? What do you fucking know? Well, what do you fucking know?
How do you like them apples?
Canadian $5 from Daguyo. Opinions on Scott Pilgrim. Game/movie/comic.
Ruined a whole generation of women. Does a dab. Shout out to the homie Negative XP.
Yeah, I had a fun realization because when that song came out, Ramona Flowers ruined a generation of women. I was confused about it because I was like, Scott Pilgrim's not that successful. I couldn't see it. I was like, who are these women that were ruined by Ramona Flowers? And then one day I realized it was me. I was the woman ruined by Ramona Flowers. But I love Scott Pilgrim. Particularly the comic is really fucking good. The movie is also really good, but just like not the same story because it's like so condensed as to just like none of the characters really matter except for Scott Pilgrim in the movie, whereas like all of the characters are interesting and fleshed out in the comic. But the video game I only played a little bit of. I love the soundtrack because I like Anamanaguchi. But, and I love Paul Robertson, who did the artwork for it, and he's my favorite pixel artist. But, I only got to play it for like 30 minutes because my friend and I were playing co-op, and then he just started vomiting, so we never got back to it. And it was like, oh, that was the game that just recently got re-released that I had been thinking about. I knew there was something recently that had shocked me that it came out again, and because that game had been like locked on the PS3 for a long time and wasn't even for sale for a while, but I think it just got released on something else. Animates on the main channel are no balls. Well, I don't have balls anymore.
If it was good enough, we might be talking about something, but so people have brought that up, right? Like, oh, you guys are ruining the Digi background channel. Like, we don't fuck with the main channel. So it's not like that's been affected at all, right? Mm-hmm. And, like, we don't even want to. Like, I'm not trying to do a show on the main channel. I like Digi's content there.
Right.
And can't make it, right? Like...
What did you say that got several responses of based, and Riley has based tendencies, I see. Also, Riley, if all else fails, try the HRT.
Based. I mean, of course I have based tendencies. Based at ASC Riley stands for based Riley. I just took some of the letters out.
Rit says, I love incel core / based punk. That shit slaps.
Yeah, that's what it is. Negative XP. That's one of those mutuals I can't DM anymore.
What are you blowing up, Bird?
Just a place. Just a regular, nothing special.
Mint has a chair. Riley, just give Mint a chair. That frame is so awkward. Mint's sitting in a chair. I'm over here.
Yeah, what do you think?
Maybe she thinks she's sitting on me. That's
do you
hilarious.
think she's like standing or something? Like,
oh, like sitting on my lap, right?
how could she be sitting on your lap? It doesn't look like that at all.
Well, she doesn't have a chair. I don't know. She's standing? That'd be funny. Man, you should stand.
Alright.
I wonder if it looks like she's way behind you or something, and not like you guys are.
Am I on screen?
Yeah, you're on
No.
screen.
I'm the ugly one. I don't want to be on screen.
We don't got no ugly ones in this.
Bird, you destroying everything. You're such a sociopath. This is why we had to build a whole nother clone of that world to even come over here.
Finish or fail when? I mean, the content cast, Part 1 is already out. Part 2 coming out tomorrow. Is basically Finish or Fail. So you can go listen to that. But, I don't know. Maybe we'll do... What was a recent show that we failed or finished? Any
Finished and failed would be The Day I Became God, I would think.
I finished during Redo of Healer.
Hard not to.
Thank you.
Hey, in a 2 weeks review, will you said a Victorious lecture might happen? Will it?
Oh.
I said that Riley had mentioned the thought of doing a Victorious
Family.
lecture.
I mean,
Wow.
let me start writing it.
What the fuck is prime TNT?
TNT that's primed, what do you mean? I love it.
Like a bigger explosion?
No, like a TNT that's ready to explode.
Oh.
How do I do that? I don't want to do that. You guys are the worst people in Minecraft.
In the Animates video, Mind was just on the floor the whole thing. Oh, they're talking about give Min a chair for the Animates.
Oh, yeah. No, of
No, no. I'm not allowed to be. I should not
Well,
be
she's
on
sitting in a
chair.
beanbag chair, which we thought it'd be funny if I was like, you know, like she's like a cat and I'm like an evil villain.
Yeah.
The point of it was kind of to piss off some people. I'm not gonna lie, like, that was the joke. But like, it's a good idea, and Mint edited it, and it was like really funny. So I'm like, I want Mint to have her own show, so we're gonna keep doing it. We'll get her a chair. We'll just steal Digi's chair for recordings in the future, so that we're both sitting in a real chair.
What is based, my friend? You're gonna have to Google that one.
That's just the opposite of cringe.
That's true.
It's like, if you know what cringe is, you know what based is.
Fair.
Based is not cringe.
Oh my god, I caught up on the chat. Holy shit.
You can go to sleep now.
Fuck it.
But now you gotta keep it strong. Move along, move along. Digi, what is drug tier list for watching anime?
Ooh.
I mean, I would say, like, I haven't done enough fucking drugs to rank a whole bunch of them. Like, weed is my favorite anime drug, especially for, like, movies. Anything that looks really good or, like, that you want to be fully engaged with. Like, there was a long period when I first started smoking where, like, I couldn't watch TV shows while high because they just were under-animated to such a degree. Like, if there wasn't a certain level of, like,
'Cause your brain's moving so
attention.
much faster.
Right,
now,
exactly. And
yeah.
so...
That might be fucking with me with Ava, too. Lots
possible.
of long frame holds.
Though watching Ava when I was super high was an amazing, exhilarating experience.
That's fair.
But I love all the imagery in that show. So. Andrew Soto with $2 says, who recruits the guests for the Content podcast? So far it's been Nate. I mean, it's just people who we both know, basically, so far. Although I did not know Hiding in Public. So, yeah. We've had a few people who we want to have on, but we never give... Because of the fact that Nate and I are both constantly down to the wire with everything, like... If we didn't both constantly set dates for things to happen, neither of us would ever be on... We both will, like, do everything right before the due date, basically, when it comes to content, because we're both working on our own stuff on the side. So it's always, like, you know, by the time we are trying to figure out who can be on the podcast, the only options are people who are already going to watch a bunch of anime anyways, you know? So, like, we try to find people who like, guaranteed can watch 30 episodes in less than a week. But I feel like I over-answered your question. But you did give money, so I guess that makes sense. I'm still confused on the comedy. Oh, they're talking about fucking... I like black tar heroin with my Evangelion. Says Rick.
Fuck yes. Someone mentioned DXM. I haven't cough syruped
did
in
that,
a
like,
while, but I
hold on.
should.
Did that fuck up the server?
He chose a poor time to do it.
What?
He gave me 10,000 boats while I set off a giant bomb.
Oh god. That's
Well, it's
fun-
not affecting me yet, so we'll see.
That's really funny.
Maybe Bird's bombs didn't get set off because of the boats.
I'm gonna look at the server, quiet. See.
So, if I'm still playing on it, the servers find themselves.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Digi, how much does how good a show makes you feel while watching it mean
Whoops.
compared to everything else?
Ooh, that's a cool question.
I would say
Good isn't the only thing I like in a
Yeah.
show.
I mean, I'm
Briscoe,
this is
Briscoe
an
County
interesting-
Jr. is my quick answer. Like, for an example of a show that is fucking terrible, but, like, is so good to watch. Like, it's dumb. It's, like, the stupidest show on TV. It's anachronistic and trashy and campy, and it's, like, all on purpose. So, but, yeah.
Yeah, like I love feel good stuff, and like for sure, like a lot of the 7 out of 10 like anime that I finish are stuff that are just like pleasant, where it's like I didn't feel any need to stop watching it, you know, like, oh yeah, I could finish this today, and like all of it will pass through me in such a way that I will feel good. It consequently, I guess, for me to watch something that makes me feel bad, it has to be really fucking good. And even then, I don't like to feel bad. I feel bad about things all the time in the real world, so I really try not to be constantly feeling bad from fiction also. So, usually I view my media consumption as more decompressive and less me trying to
He gave me dandelions.
think even more than normal about fucking dark
Right.
shit. Like, I don't think I can watch Synecdoche, New York, because even just watching analysis of it makes me, fucking terrified, of life. So,
Of life.
but I don't know, I've gotten stronger as I've gotten older about that kind of stuff, too. Like, you guys have shown me some movies that I know I would have felt way more dark after having seen when I was younger, but now I'm kind of okay, well, I've seen this kind of thing. I've been around the block. Any estimate on when the end of Road to Radcon will come out? As soon as I decide how I want to end it.
What are some options you have for the ending?
I know how I want the ending to start, but I don't know how I want the ending to end yet.
Very interesting.
There'll probably be a 1-year time skip.
That's funny.
Rit says, I saw Weathering with You today and it was eh. Also, I saw that smirk, Riley. Thanks for that good lol.
Oh, yeah. That.
What is a command block?
It's a block that commands
What does it command?
anything.
Your bitch ass, I hope. Command Bird to shut the fuck up and stop blowing things up. In my beautiful paradise I want to live in. Oh, I found a perfect place to build a house. Fuck you guys.
Boom Boy says, what are y'all drinking? To which Andrew Soda replied, they're drinking Ativan and alcohol, which is not accurate, but thank you for the song.
I was drinking a gridlock, and now I have what is it? A white
Well, wait.
tide.
Okay, well, I've had Ativan, so if Bird's drinking alcohol, that commenter was on it. Let's go.
Amazing.
I find Ativan helps with my headaches, but also just Ativan is a fun thing to just take.
Sandra says, I'm nearly caught up with Berserk. The next shit I'll read is probably going to be Poon Poon, Real, Phoenix, Holograph, Homunculus, Ultra Heaven, etc. All great. You're on the right track. You're going to have a good time. You're probably going to have a better time than anybody else is on Earth for the next month if you're reading all those manga, honestly.
The bestest time. The hugest times.
Luluco is the best trigger show. We're going to be doing a content bonus episode on Luluco next month for Valentine's Day as a special. So you should definitely fucking become a content subscribe star backer if you like Luluco. That's probably gonna do us some pretty good fucking sales. You should watch BoJack Horseman, Digi. I've seen the first season. It's pretty good.
Only seen the first season.
Yeah.
Okay. We will watch BoJack Horseman and talk about it on Avoid Gazes.
I watched the first season all in one go while getting really shit-faced all night.
Good.
It was pretty magical because I hit like peak drunk right in the episode when he's having his like drug trip, and it was great. Then I spent a while convincing myself not to break mirrors with my face in the United States while listening to I Break Mirrors with My Face in the United States by Death Grips.
Good.
I'm glad you didn't do that, honey.
I was so fucking close to breaking mirrors with my face in the United States. Thank God I didn't. Digi, if you have any questions about what being an NPC is like, I am an open book. I don't even think it's an NPC thing. I think way fewer people think in words than we actually realize. Like, I don't even think it has anything to do with intelligence or anything like that. It's just like, you don't actually need words in your brain to get through life.
Man, you see pictures, right? Mostly, or
Yeah.
you've described it before.
Yeah, I see pictures. Sometimes there's a caption or a scene play.
It was like a caption.
It's more like, see visually, but like, there's like a thought on top of it, like, I don't know.
Right, like you see the apple and the label apple when you want an apple,
Yeah,
but it's kind of like a picture book.
yeah.
More than like Digi and I, who obviously are like having Aaron Sorkin dialogues with ourselves.
Yeah.
To some degree, yes. Like, I have times where it's literally me having an Aaron Sorkin dialogue
Yeah.
between like two voices in my head. But like, for the most part, I'm more of a one train of thought, one chain of music type thinker.
Okay.
But like, my thinking is like very, well, I shouldn't say very, but like there's a sense of bifurcation between like emotional and rational for me, where it's like there's a sense of like one of my train of thoughts is just concerned with how I'm feeling, and one of them is just concerned with rationalizing everything that's happening, you know?
Right. I can't believe I like this game. It's really bumming me out.
I'm sorry, sir. You're autistic. Look, I got you a restaurant.
Bird playing Minecraft like a 5-year-old Zoomer, lol. Yeah, it's been pretty entertaining to.
I got you a restaurant.
It like the last stream we did and this one, just watching you play in general makes me very nostalgic. Because I used to watch Shade play a lot of fucking Minecraft. Probably like hundreds of hours of just sitting around watching Shade play Minecraft and very rarely playing it myself. So it's taking me back.
Those were the days.
Will you ever cover a long series on content like One Piece manga or something? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we're doing Attack on Titan, and that's been pretty long because we're doing the whole fucking show. And it hasn't taken as long or been as painful as I would have thought. So I do think there is potential for us to do some longer shit. Nate is definitely interested in that. But, like, at some point, like, if content becomes successful enough that I don't think we need to do 3 videos a week and only 2, then we'll probably do more coverage per video. Like, watch more episodes, do more chapters, talk longer, and reduce the number of episodes. And that would probably be when we'll start doing longer stuff. Why did you drop Uncivilized Planet, Digi? I don't even remember what that is.
Why did you drop it, though?
I don't know.
Well, that's why. I don't remember what it was. Is a good reason to not watch something. You know?
Vizzy, would you like to hear a riddle I made up?
Yes.
Asks real name Smith.
Hit me with that riddle. I'm a riddle expert. I've never missed in an episode of Batman 60s.
You could say I'm horny for riddles. Put that
could-
riddle in.
Angelica Nightwalker asks, do y'all have that thing where you see periods of time as physical objects in space around you? No.
No.
But that sounds cool as fuck.
Would you want to call into Void Gazers about that?
Yes, I would love to hear more about that.
I'll drop the Discord link in a second so people
Because
can
I
join.
consider myself a time witch, not because of what you're describing.
Because of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Are there
That's-
time witches in here?
Hermione. She time turns the whole third movie.
Yeah, okay,
Whatever.
that's fair. Yeah.
I'm memeing. I just Harry Potter. 'cause
I'm
he
not a
did
time traveling witch.
Right,
Just
okay.
a time witch.
Wow.
But
You have a Harry Potter wand.
I guess I see it as I send. Well, the best way to describe it is everything I write is like a boomerang. Throw it in the cold and catch it like it's throw it in the heat and catch it like it's just a cold thing. That's what the line was. Yeah.
Boomerang.
So it's like
Boomerang.
Boomerang. Boomerang.
I just feel
Sorry.
like every time I feel something like come around or click into place, I have a realization that it was something I had already set up and forgotten about. You know what I mean? Like that's what I consider time witchcraft. It's just always
Right.
being ahead of yourself and just thinking about the future more than you preparing yourself for the future in such a way that you don't actually realize you've done it until you get there and go, oh fuck. Good thing I had all this stuff here. I must have been smarter than I thought, you know?
Okay.
Hopefully that makes sense.
Doesn't need to.
Moni says, also, anyone know any good manga or anime with lesbians? TBH, only good ones I can think of are After Hours, Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, and Udna. Everything else is Citrus Garbo. I just covered one...
How do we relationship?
Yeah, How Do We Relationship. That's a really good manga. Did you already say Girlfriends in that list? No. Girlfriends is also really good. Anime-wise, I have a whole video of 5 Yuri shows, 5 that I recommended last fucking Pride Month or 2 Pride Months ago. Go watch that. I'd love to see you and Nate shit on Black Clover weekly. I can't see doing Black Clover. Also, I don't know. I know Shabes likes that show. Maybe he would be interested in doing a weekly review show with somebody on it or something. I'm thinking we're probably going to end up catching up with Promised Neverland and we'll definitely end up catching up with Promised Neverland after the season's over, probably. I don't know if we'll do World Trigger, because it seems like that's not as popular anymore anyways. Because that has a second season coming out. I feel like there was something else with the second season coming out that we haven't covered yet, but is popular enough that we should. 5 cantons a week, please.
What do you think? Did you 5 cantons a week?
If Cantent gets to a point where we can make it there's no reason Cantent has to just be me and Nate or require even either of us to be on an episode if we had a full team, you know?
Yeah.
So it's it depends on where Cantent grows to. I'm not saying there could never be 5 episodes in a week, but I don't think it would be just me and Nate doing 5 episodes.
Right, like you said, it would be a Shade series or...
Yeah, it would be something additional.
Well, I'll try to do an Animates every week for you people. Just in case you want anime conversation for the sake of anime conversation.
Andrew Soto says, most people have thoughts, they just deal with the actions they are engaged with. Thoughts independent of the immediate physical environment take a certain level of abstraction most NPCs lack. I definitely think, there was a time that, and maybe I didn't really understand the meaning of what Devu was saying to me this time, where she had said that I am somebody who has time to just think about stuff in a way that nobody else seems to, that it's not normal to spend the amount of time thinking that I do. And I had thought of that as like literally setting aside time to think, which is something that I also do sometimes. Like just literally go off to go
It's
think
thinky
about
think
something,
time.
and like especially if I'm like trying to conceptualize a video, or a script or something. But like also just like I said earlier, I would spend a lot of time just like watching YouTube videos and zoning out because I'm just thinking about other shit, you know. So like, yeah, I up until kind of recently spent a really abnormal amount of time thinking about stuff, and it wasn't until making the stupid fucking neurotyping chart that I like understood the need to not think as much. That like, oh, the amount you think is actually distracting and like problematic and like causes you to way overthink, way overplan, overdo shit all the time, get way too neurotic about everything. So like, which is I guess what neurosis actually is, like overthinking shit and being in that kind of stuck state. So, yeah, I basically have figured out how to think less, and it's benefited me greatly in terms of mental fortitude. It's like think when you need to think, basically. If you catch yourself thinking and realizing that the thoughts you're having are not necessary, make an effort to not be having those thoughts. Whatever it takes to bleach them out of you. When you smoke weed and watch anime, do you aim to be totally out of it or just barely high? I wouldn't say either one. Just want to be good high. Like, I mean, every time I smoke, smoke like I want to be totally out of it. But if I actually get that high, I will just pass out. Like, you know. So, I rarely do. I love content, but I also wish Nate would upload more on his channel. Everybody does, but, you know, it is what it is. He works at the speed he works. And it's not that he doesn't work. He works a lot. Just, you know, perfectionist about things. So you already done the Brony lecture, just waiting for it to emerge from your mind's time warp. Pretty much. Like, I have an idea of the content I want to add into it, and I just haven't felt like it was... I haven't felt like I have the presentation I want. Like, there was a lot of stuff I was hung up on, especially last year, about transitioning, where, like, there was a bunch of content that I was like, I don't want to do this until I've reached a certain point in the transition. And the Brony lecture was one of those things as well. But I'm definitely past the point I would want to be at. Someone teach Bird the TNT minecart trick if it still works.
Well, if anyone could elaborate on that, that'd be great.
Are you going to watch the final Ava movie when it's out for the West? Of course. Why did I drop Monster? Because I think I planned to read the manga instead. I've seen comments criticizing the lack of interesting visuals in content. Would you guys ever consider doing more than just podcasts with video? I mean, we do some little, like, editing gags here and there, and little skit type things, but, like, the point of the video is just so that if you are somebody who, like, wants to have something to look at, you can. Like, the show is based on Half in the Bag, and the way that I will watch Half in the Bag is, like, very casually, where I don't feel the need to, like, watch the screen the whole time. I could get up and do other things or tab over, but if I just want to look at the screen, it's still engaging because it looks so good, and, you know, you can watch them actually talk and gesticulate and everything, so like it makes the conversation itself more engaging. So like you know, it could be visually better, but most people are not going to actually stare at the screen for the whole 30 to 45 minutes that the episodes tend to run. So like there would definitely be diminishing returns on trying to add too much visual to the thing, you know, that we're not really counting on people to necessarily watch. What's your favorite thing in all of fiction, Digi? Favorite thing in all of fiction? I don't know. That's like an odd. That's like really broad. Real name Smith's riddle is here, but Riley is in the bathroom, so I'll read it when he gets back. Your hair looks a bit thinner than usual. Are you talking to me? Did someone maybe notice that I have blonde hair finally? Because nobody's commented on that at all. And I'm wondering if we're just so small, or if it's just because it's so half dyed that you can't even tell. I'm halfway in the middle of a process of blondening my hair. Why does this mic keep deciding to just be a little bitch sometimes?
Because you have a really heavy mic.
Yeah, but like, why you gotta be like a little bitch about it though? Are there any recent shows that seem like they could make main channel videos? No. Or else I would have done it. I don't know, like, the main channel videos were...
I see what he's doing now. This is funny.
Like, a lot of the anime videos that I've made have been in response to things, like in response to the way that other people reacted to stuff on the internet, and because I don't really participate in any kind of, like, communities anymore, I don't really see a lot of how other people are taking stuff to form those kinds of counter-arguments. So, what the fuck is happening? What is this obnoxious shit that's going on?
My bot's giving me rotten flesh.
Yeah.
Over and over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a command block going through.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Hey Bird, from one chef nega to another, what did you eat this morning? Asks Rit.
Did I eat this? Cereal. I ate cereal, and then I
What
had...
kind?
I don't remember. Cheerios, probably? Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios?
Honey Nut.
The only acceptable kind.
Were they Cheerios or were
Nut.
they,
They were Honey-O's or whatever the
Honey-O's,
Food Lion version
yeah.
of Cheerios are. The superior kind.
What else did you have today?
I had a boigo with...
Describe the fucking boiga you made yourself. Good lord.
Why do you say it like that?
Because it was unbelievably massive. It had like 4 patties and eggs and bacon. It was a big fucking boiga. I don't even know if it was as big as the one you made yourself like a couple weeks ago or whatever that had like 6 patties or some shit.
Probably not. So it
Big
was,
boiga.
It was 4 patties, an egg, and then 2 strips of bacon. I don't think it was that crazy. It was pretty good. I liked it.
I had a 2 patty boiga, and that was as big of a boiga as I could possibly eat. But it was so fucking good. Holy shit. Ari boiga is best boiga. Oh yes, Andrew Soto, I have heard this, and I'm probably going to do it soon, but biggest bang for your buck in terms of feminization is laser hair removal. Fused hip bones means that people beyond 25 will not experience drastic change in silhouette. Yeah, I figure that's probably the case, but, yeah, 120 pounds of lean calf beef told me that over 2 years and about $1,200, they were able to eliminate all beard shadow from their face. And when I heard that, I said, well, I guess I have no fucking choice. So...
Ooh, emeralds. Oh, those are diamonds. Oops.
Hi.
Zark Yunan says, any cartoons you thought were overrated when you were a kid, Digi? Anything that was on Nickelodeon, because I was a very brand loyalist towards Cartoon Network, so if it was on Cartoon Network, it was therefore automatically overrated. Why do you have blonde hair? Because I'm the Golden Witch. Mm-hmm. Luzin says, made me think that wanting to eat all the time is my brain just wanting to get fuel for its constant thinking all the time, and that most people don't think most of the time and save energy by just thinking in established patterns and not thinking about everything from its basic principles. Probably. How tall is Mr. Bird? Asks Dash and Scan.
I'm 6'5".
6'5". Wingspan, 6'5".
6'5".
This bird is a cool guy. I don't remember the actual lyric. But you can hear it in Friend Like Bird, featuring Eric Wong and Illusion. Your lighting makes your hair look brown. Well, fair. From where I'm looking at it, looks pretty bright, but...
Roxanne! Yeah, it's a red light.
How was it talking to Cave Beef? Were they nice? They've been nice. They said I was nice, so that's cool. They were like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I heard about you from Kiwi Farms, but you seem cool. And I was like, yeah, don't listen to those guys. They're weird. Please shit on Jujutsu on the main channel. No, I'm definitely not gonna do that.
What's Jujutsu?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sorcery fight.
It's the most popular new anime this season. I've already shit on it plenty on Content. But, like, I have no desire to make a written thing about that.
Okay. I heard Jujutsu and went, it's gotta be something else. Let me ask.
Do you ever have thoughts and then just go, this is only making me feel bad, and force yourself not to think like that? Yes.
That's how I wake up every morning.
Yes. I mean, I've gotten really good at it. Like, I'm honestly, there's lots of different factors, so it's hard for me to know, like, how much I can just credit mind state. But, like, I've gotten pretty good at keeping myself from getting sad. Like, I'm pretty good at identifying what kind of thoughts are in fact pointless or not going to get you anywhere, and just kind of obliterating them as quickly as possible. Like, there's certain stuff that's worth getting sad over, and I'm trying to save all of my sadness for those things, you know?
Like when I die.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's gonna happen before she dies.
You think so?
Yeah, women live longer than men.
Also,
I'm
I'm immortal.
You might die at the same time.
That's fair.
It's true.
You guys both die in a ski diving accident.
From old age
diving?
while skiing.
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Digi, what percentage of anime do you watch at 1x speed nowadays?
1x?
Very little.
100%.
Well, because of the fact that, like...
Well, very little of it's 1x, like 2x.
We did, because we just did the Content cast, like, the only show that I slowed down to normal speed just out of sheer, like, I have to because this is too interesting was Vlad Love. Other than that, everything I watched sped up.
That was weird. That was fun. It was just...
Yeah. It was mega fucking weird.
It sure was a concept, I'll say.
Hold on.
Other than that,
I'm hungry.
I mean, if I was
Did you
watching...
play Minecraft for me?
Okay. Any show I was watching, like, for personal pleasure, I would probably watch it normal speed. But if I'm watching it for work, then, double's fine.
I tried the riddle. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to the riddle. Is it the end? I don't know. It was up there.
Oh, yeah. Let me go find that again. The riddle is, I am the summit, but I've always been reached. You can't touch me, but everyone wants to break me. Every time someone reaches me, I get further away. What am I?
I don't know.
Summit, but I've always been reached. You can't touch me, but everyone wants to break me. That's the most interesting one. You can't touch me, but everyone wants to break me.
you have like a... I don't know. Tell us what it is.
I don't have a guess. Yeah.
I'm not very smart. I like all my riddles pyramid-based. I'm a pyramid kind of guy.
Here I sit, eyeing a pyramid.
Oh, record. Okay. Cool. Well, that makes sense.
Watching anime in 2x sounds not fun at all. Honestly, your brain just kind of snaps into it after a minute. Like, for me, like, it's almost like inside my head I decompress the pacing. So, like, even though I'm not experiencing it at that speed, I understand how it's supposed to feel. And then, like, once you settle into that, then it's just like you're thinking at the same rate as the show, so it feels more natural, I guess. 1.5x is a lot more normal than 2x. Like, at 1.5, you can barely tell after, like, a couple minutes that it's even different. At 2x, it can be a little weird when the music's, like, overly sped up. But,
I don't know. It kind of influenced a lot of our music in the
It's
last
true.
3 months. It
It's
sounds
true.
like sped up anime openings.
Right. Bumboy says I caught that Earl line.
Oh,
Promised
yeah.
hand, Ron, I put my fist up after I get my dick sucked. Quick buck, maybe a gold chain. With that sense of flow that tends to... No, so belittles men, they tentatively tend to turn and go when I am finished stone cold. Sudden dive. The Tatami Galaxy is extremely fast. Yeah, that's one I would not be able to watch sped up at all. It's already feels sped up. Same with Take You. Take You is already hard to comprehend at the regular speed. Alright. I've been tasked to play Minecraft. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go towards this Jewish temple. Yeah?
Ask them what the difference between green and red pesto is.
What's the difference between green and red
Say
pesto?
it. Ask them.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the Minecraft to build a Lego town. He said one day you'll play Minecraft, and I said no, I won't, Dad. Shut up.
This is the content, everybody.
Alright, I played some Minecraft. That's as much as I can give you, I think.
That's it for you.
Digi, what YouTubers do you currently watch? Just go to my channel and go to my subscriptions list and all those ones. I follow a lot of YouTube channels.
What a neat feature.
Jasper Kibbsy says trans rights. Madbot says Bird had it coming.
That applies to every context.
Rit says God tier gameplay. This is some real esports shit. Rate MCR out of 10. Oh. I don't listen to enough MCR to rate their catalog out of 10.
What's that mean? Okay. 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is a 10 out of 10. It's one of the best albums ever made. Danger Days sucks. The Black Parade sucks. It's like whiny and emo and melodramatic. Those are my hot takes.
I like
Those
about
albums suck.
I like about 4 My Chemical Romance songs. That's my take. And Helena is the greatest song of all time. So, there's that.
Helena's off the album I like.
Burn it up! I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not in the vocal.
In the middle of a gunfight.
I'm not gonna embarrass myself by singing a song I like to sing
In the center of a
badly.
restaurant, they say, come with your hands held high. No, they're never gonna stop me. Like a bullet through a flock of doves. Fucking, what a banger that album is. Just
Is
good.
Whirling Dervish dead for good? Yes. I replaced it with Void Gazers. I even hijacked the feed.
That's true. Listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
It's great. Void, void, void.
How do you get over / deal with social anxiety? You just have to understand
Mom.
how... Well, that also helps.
In Minecraft.
The main thing for me is just keeping in mind and understanding how much benefit there actually will be to overcoming it. It's like once you've seen some of the, like, I guess if you've ever reaped any rewards from being social, then you become more and more adamant about, like, oh, I need to do this more because, like, it fixes things in my life, you know?
That makes sense.
I guess what I mean to say is view it as necessity. Don't view it as something that you want to do. View it as something you have to do. What is the best emo band then? I mean, are we talking like Midwestern emo, like traditional, like 90s, 2000s, or are we talking like mall emo, like MCR, which I wouldn't necessarily qualify as like, you know, the musical genre of emo? It's just pop punk with emotional singing, you know. The best emo, Fuck Your Emotional Bullshit by Snowing. That album is my favorite
I'll have to listen to that.
emo / post-hardcore album. It's only 10 minutes long.
Is Brand New
Fucking
considered
awesome.
emo?
I would consider them pretty...
Then Jesus Christ.
the Devil and God.
Yeah, the Devil and God
Inside.
are raging against me. Or inside me.
Yeah, damn.
That's a fucking real emo album. Like, actually, Hospice by the Antlers is my favorite emo album. It's about a guy taking care of a woman who's dying in his hospice care, and he like falls in love with her while she dies, and then watches her die. It's pretty emo. I don't know if it's genre.
I would consider it like a experimental
Yeah.
pop album or something.
Oh,
Is it a
hello.
pop?
Rock-
it's very
rock
soundscape,
pop,
so I
yeah.
get that. Yeah, it's like very
shoegazy.
It's an
kinda.
industrial album. It is kind of the only shoegazy thing I listen to. We have like those big, like 4-minute swellings of like instruments. I can't tell you what they're
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
John M says Black Parade does suck. Rit says Spicy Takes Riley.
Yeah.
Chemo X says, okay, now the Deer Hunter out of 10 fam. I mean, the first 3 Deer Hunter albums, the Deer Hunter albums, not Deer Hunter, which is also good, but the Deer Hunters, Acts 1 through 3, are all phenomenal. Acts 2 and 3 in particular are some of my favorite albums. So, but, you know, they also have a bunch of albums that I don't feel so strongly about. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd probably give them like an overall, like a strong 7 to a light 8 as a band, maybe. But I'd like, in this context, there's like maybe 1 or 2 artists that would get like a 10. You know, like
Right.
Kendrick Lamar would be like a strong 9 to a 10. Death Grips, strong 9 to a 10. Clipping. Fucking, that's like the upper echelon of artists who's just got tons of fucking good albums. Denzel Curry. Although, I won't lie, I've grown out of some of Denzel Curry's earlier stuff. Because, like, once I listened to Zoo enough times, I was like, man, this album really, like, it's just so much fucking fun. And, like, what I always liked about Denzel Curry is that it's fun music, but, like, it was fun in a more trendy way in the beginning, I guess. And now it's like
Right.
a more unique kind of fun that doesn't really sound like anything else. Do y'all want the answer to the riddle or not, lol? Yeah, we asked for it, dog. We did, in fact, beg you to fucking relinquish us from the pain of not understanding.
Yeah, I thought we found out what the riddle was. The answer to the riddle. A record. Alright, whatever.
Oh, it was a record? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you plan on releasing lyrics to your songs? If you did already, where could I find them? On Bandcamp. The only album that does not have lyrics, I think, is Dissociative Identity Reorder. And that's because I didn't want to have to gather them from everybody.
Right.
But otherwise, all the albums have the lyrics on the Bandcamp page.
I gotta transcribe Bird's new songs because he literally like ad-libs the entire thing. So like,
Yeah.
and you know, you and I, we have a freestyle mixtape that doesn't have lyrics to it, does it?
No,
Or
probably not, yeah.
some of the songs may not, because like again, we didn't transcribe it or anything.
Yeah.
We do a lot of freestyling.
How often do you sing, and do you practice, or do you just wing all your songs? I sing all the time, especially on super long drives. You can ask Bird. He has to listen to me sing for 6 hours every time we go to DC to buy weed. And I don't like... When I sing on my songs, I don't usually practice it a whole lot. I'm usually trying to do, like, everything super raw and in, like, the moment that I'm being emotional and wanting to make music about it. Sometimes I end up regretting that if, like, I think, oh, man, like, over time I get better at singing it and then, like, wish that I had a version where I could sing it better. But, like, you know, I wouldn't say I wing all of my songs, but I don't, like, practice them to the point of perfection. Slint Spiderland is my favorite emo. I don't know if I'd call it an emo album, but... You know, I'd consider, like... God, that album doesn't sound like anything else, so I don't even know what I would consider it. But it is really fucking good. Do you like Peggy? Yeah. Damn, Peggy! Yeah, I like Peggy. Keep it fresh, bitch! Right down 86! Hit! Fake news, we ain't pressed. Is it? Smoke. Is it safe now? Got my drink pound. Do you still make anime videos? Yes, on a channel called Cantan! If you're not subscribed, punch yourself in the face!
Is that the tagline or something? You say that often.
It's Justin Hunt, that hip-hop analyst guy I showed you.
Oh, okay.
That's his thing.
That's
If you haven't heard it, punch yourself in the face.
Good way to live. Same with void gazes.
What did you think of the last two Earl albums? I had not been as into some rap songs as a lot of people seem to be. I've only heard the album he did after that a couple of times, but I did like it more. So I need to listen to it more. 6 hours for weed, damn. Better grab a whole elbow, lol. Yeah, we get 20 grams of wax every time we go up there. So it lasts a few weeks. What do you think about your songs getting so many dislikes lately? Well, it's just a thing that happens sometimes, you know? Sometimes you're in like a, what would I call it, a raid situation? Like, it is what it is. I'm used to these kinds of things. Is Content doing well by you and Nate standards? Are you guys growing well? I think so. We've been making more money every month. The bonus episode release last month was huge for our subscribe star, and the view counts on the videos are consistently pretty good. The ad rate or CPM rather, like the amount we get paid per view is like higher than normal because of the length of the videos and the amount of them that people actually watch. So yeah, it's been interesting. The growth is satisfying to me. I am really hoping that doing Titan Week right after having done the seasonal podcast is going to give it like a major jump.
Change my view.
So we'll see what happens.
Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go.
Also, upvotes and downvotes don't mean anything. They're both the same engagement button.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
like, I would prefer it if our songs get a shit ton of downvotes, because then, like, they get more views. If you
Right.
look at the Burning Down the Barns of the Karen Farms diss track, like, it immediately got, downvoted enough for it to be, algorithmically relevant. So it got, pushed a little more.
Right.
I saw it on my YouTube in the recommendations, because more people were engaging at all. So keep downvoting shit. That's, good. I don't know.
Welcome, bird.
Andrew Soto says, Digi, way before discovering you, I independently concluded that Haruhi had the most attractive female character design, only to find years later that you felt the same. Do you still hold that opinion? Pretty much. It's pretty hard to top. Other than, other characters designed by the same artist who are also really hot, like Kosaka Reina, who I have realized I have a ton of fucking posters of around in this room. Not intentionally. I have not seen Pui Pui Molcar yet because for some reason I couldn't find it. Riley slurring like he just hit the fentanyl vape fire emoji, says John M.
Well,
Please
Hennessy and
pass the heroin jewel, he says.
dabs. We're out of Hennessy now, and Hennessy's gone.
It's true, it's sad.
There's a Hennessy shortage, if you guys don't know.
Can Econ be on Cantent? I don't know.
Fix it.
I don't know. Probably. I would invite Econ onto Cantent. Would Nate? That's up to him to decide. But probably yes, because he, is good at talking about anime. That's the conceit of the show. Sometimes I don't want to watch the video because I will watch the show later, so I just leave Cantent on in the background, on mute, and leave a like. I want all to do well. Thank you. Always helpful. I think some of the dislikes are people who are annoyed it's a music video instead of an anime vid or something like that. Sure. I mean, if that was the case, it would have been the case on every music video I've ever released, because I've released dozens of them on this channel over the years.
Right.
I don't think it's quite that.
We should talk about the phenomena of, the mean comments are only if it's me and you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's kind of, not even
we don't get the
commented
same
on.
negativity on videos that are like Bird's song or Patch Flowers song, even though those have even less to do with me than the songs that you and I are doing together. It's really
if you're
funny.
doing it, but you're not doing anime, that's the biggest
It's
problem.
because, I just assume it's because they assume that because those videos aren't us, we aren't reading the comments on them, which is equally as daft as anything else you could think.
That's pretty funny.
I definitely think
your
that's
favorite
what it
creators
is.
read every comment unless they're one of those people who don't read any comment.
Right.
There's nuance
Like
in that.
like
but you
Nate.
need to understand
Well,
it.
Nate reads all the comments on Cantent, I think, but he definitely doesn't on PCP.
Right.
Or didn't on PCP.
I like to read my phone. I don't know. It's what I do.
Right, exactly. Well, we have a great song about this on our next album.
It's gonna be great.
Our upcoming album, Skip the Hate, which I guess we got to finish in the next 2 days.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That way it's our first album of a month this year.
Yes, and
Well, you've done one. I've got one that's got to come out. Mint's got to
Right.
release hers. Bird's got to release his, and we've got to release ours.
it's gonna be a storm of fucking albums coming out in the next couple days. But yeah, I'm fucking hype. Skip the Hate is the best album that we've done, and one of the songs called "Watching You," or at least that's the tentative title, is about how we see everything everyone says on the internet. So
Right.
if you think you shouldn't say it, you shouldn't say it.
You.
Yeah. He goes, if it's sticking in your throat, go ahead and delete it. Everybody knows we gon' see it if you tweet it. Big Brother's watching you. We lurk so we see everything you do. Dipshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digi's verse is fire. Wake me up when I'm alive. Somebody told me to hide. Bury everything inside.
Well, I'm not doing that, so bye. Bring it back 2012 flows. I'm leading another revolt. We
Yeah, fucking bass.
picture us up on a float. Don't fuck with nobody who votes, psych.
Have I talked about the JID thing on anything yet? You haven't released the Void Gazers.
No, yeah, I haven't
mentioned
released
that.
the one where you talked about it yet.
In this song, I mentioned a cool thing that happened to me because like we're on this whole everybody sees everything you say and do kick this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a type of law of attraction, you know, like just like the law of visibility. Like everything you
Yeah.
say, like the law of visibility with a Z for Viz.
That's good.
Everything you say and do is gonna be seen by exactly who needs to see it, like whether that's a good or a bad thing. So, you know, I got in a Twitter engagement with JID before I lost my Twitter account. We were talking about the cultural line between like a cracker and not a cracker, and
Yeah.
you know, blackness. Our last Void Gazers, if you haven't heard it yet, it's called We're Black, where Digi has us profess our blackness on a balcony in Dallas. So, yeah. It's all about blackness. But JID confirmed for me with a like and a couple replies and shit that it is in fact a cultural thing, your blackness.
Right. Riley said, yo, I'm culturally black. And JID said, yo, get on my dick, get on my dick, edible, get on my dick, edible, get a bunchies, but I got a bunchies, but I'm not talking that shit, not talking that
Started
shit.
the year off right. Declared on Black Got Likes. From JID, that's like a cultural cosign.
Were you into Igor? Sorry I keep asking about Odd Future alumni.
Oh, that's still... Odd Future's great.
I like some of the songs on Igor and some of the songs on Flower Boy. Both of them are too sad for me to listen to all that much. Sad albums. Did you, is it the light or did you dye your hair? I did dye my hair. I'm gonna dye it even more too. It's not bright enough.
Just gotta go to Sally.
I'm not really big into Digi's music, but there's still bangers from Gay and Dead I go back to now and then. Also, Preach Sonder, I love Farness, so that's unrelated. Yeah, you're gonna like this new album, because it's all fucking bangers. It's like it's the most I've attempted to make a pop album since Gay and Dead, probably, so it'll be fun.
It's weird that I ended up being more of the weird one on this one with some of my vocals. But
Good.
Playboy Cardi has inspired me.
I don't think in words or pictures, I think in pure concepts. Thinking in words seems slow and clumsy to me. I'm 40 minutes behind on the stream, so I'm just now saying this.
Well,
I'm curious about what thinking in pure concepts exactly means as well. I think I do some of that, probably, but I don't know for sure. Like, my mom, I asked my mom one time, like, how much do you think in words? And she said, almost never. And I was like, she said it was more like, just like concepts, emotions, and like sounds, you know? Non-verbal, I guess.
man, look at these fucking prices, Bird. Show the stream these 2013 McDonald's prices, I assume. These accurate mints out, do you remember? Look at that Happy Meal $2.99. That's insane. Just for that, you're getting the TNT treatment.
At the Digi Collective, are you still gaming any these days? If so, what are you playing?
Minecraft.
And Apex Legends on Bird's part.
Do you play any video games, did you? I don't play games.
I have not, and like I said earlier, like I think I realized I was a fake gamer girl, basically,
Right.
and I decided to stop. Like I know ridiculous amounts about video games. I have watched ridiculous amounts of video games be played and analyzed, and they're interesting, but like for me, the actual engagement of playing a game is like, unless it's extremely satisfying in the moment-to-moment gameplay, I just like don't care enough. Like a game like this makes me want to go right. Like I enjoy watching Ari play because the other day he covered an entire mountain in salmon for like literally an hour and a half. I would never have the fortitude as a human being to do that, but watching it was inspiring and made me want to write.
I mean, how do I go to this one?
MV/MVTP Space Hub.
Bird, go TNT the hub.
Hub.
It's your last act as a griefer that you need to accomplish. You really fucked the shit out of this whole cool town idea here.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a zombie apocalypse.
You're right.
Are any more songs like Capsize the Boat on the way? Really love the groovy vibe. Well, I'll tell you.
Clouded.
Capsize the Boats was produced by Mully Bloom, who also produced 7 of the beats on the new album. So you'll definitely be getting some Mully vibes on this project.
Most of my flow right now is like, well, no, I guess I only have like one song made it on this. That's like it, but I'm doing the Capsize the Float like type of rapping that I was doing.
Incidentally, if any of you haven't heard
the float.
Capsize the Flow.
If you didn't,
yeah.
if you skipped Brazo, if you skipped the music video for Brazo, that is from the new album, and it's got one of the choicest fucking hooks that I've written to date. So if you missed Brazo, please go back and listen to that. That's a good fucking song.
Remember, the drugs are satirical in that video.
Nothing on my schedule today. Turned up, crank that smoke out the place. Brazo on my couch. My crew is on surround. My fans are underground. My clones are all around.
I'd be such a good hype man. I say almost all the words in our songs.
This is the Sal Mountain. It's very beautiful. I like it a lot.
The what?
The Sal Mountain. It's the
Oh,
mountain
it's a
I
mountain
covered
made
in.
of salmon.
Yeah, well, covered.
What
in
is
salmon.
fucking wrong? What is your thing with salmon dumping on this in anywhere? Actually, what's the?
I found out you could do it.
Are there not other animals you could be
Well, I thought
foisting upon the population?
it's
of
funniest to do
Minecraft?
the fish because, like, with the puffer fish, first of all, you're dropping water on them, which is inconvenient because it moves you and like makes you floaty. If you drop a puffer fish on them, those are poisonous, so it starts like hurting them.
You wouldn't want to do that, would you?
Zydeus, who says, I've realized that I think in anime action choreography, shots, and effects. What does this mean? I get you. I actually know what you're talking about. I do sometimes think in, like, shot compositions. It's weird. And, like, sound effects. I play a lot of sound effects in my mind. But, like, more mechanical sound effects. Like, I think of, like, a lot of, like moving your body and like imagine like steam valve kind of like you know like Giant Robo or Big O or something. Your body's just a robot you control.
You are just a ghost.
Is Kusomega canceled? No, not at all. Kusomega is a fucking masterpiece and I need to finish it more than I need to live. Riley reminds me of a guy I used to work with. He was a really pathetic individual. This is what Rit said.
Was he a pathetic individual in an individual situation?
I mean, I don't know.
It seems like a really mean accusation to levy at you out of nowhere.
I'm not sure like
What kind of
their definition of pathetic. It's a I've seen what you clap at kind of comment, where it's like, well, you're booing me, but under what context do you like things? Because
Right.
do you have bad I don't know.
Is the Cantent studio in your house or in Nate and Michelle's if they're still dating IDK? They are still dating, but it's in Victor's house, my brother.
Based.
Digi, I've never heard you comment on the Rei vs. Asuka waifu war, so who's best bae and why is it Misato? It's Misato. Everybody knows that. She's an adult. The two are fucking children. Come on. Basic math.
Whoa, so off brand.
Best producers of our generation: Clarence Clarity, JPEG, Jail Paul, Tyler the Creator, probably. Who's Jail Paul? I don't know that one. But I know JPEG and Clarence. They're both great.
Producers? I didn't know that any of those people were producer rappers, I guess. Well, I mean,
Yeah, JPEG Mafia does all his.
Tyler the Creator's like a CEO in everything he does.
Tyler also, yeah,
You know,
he
like-
does all his beats, and
Well,
he
but,
does
like
a lot
by
of Earl's
do
beats.
beats,
and shit.
you mean he like organizes choirs, like at least the last few albums.
Well, sure, but he actually makes all of it. Like he writes all
Yeah.
the music.
That's based. It just seems like he's like overperforming. I wouldn't. It's like Kanye levels of like, like we have a
Doing-
live band to sing this refrain. Like,
right.
why?
Sound good. That's why.
That's true.
Update on Ep 3 of the Ava podcast with Idelia. This person's just like meme asking it like update on every possible thing that I could have an update on, I think.
What
It's not bad.
skeleton horse?
Some people really want to know that. Like the point of this stream
Well, like
is
this
that
is like this is a podcast from like 7 years ago that is definitively dead because I did a bunch of other Ava content after it. Like
I'm just saying, someone out there is like, I've been waiting for that upload of this new podcast.
it's not impossible. It's not. Hyperpop beat producers are the new wave. Yes, that is the wave
Agreed.
we're in for sure. I've been saying like the 2021 is pretty much going to be defined by hyperpop and I think like country rap fusion. Those are like the two things.
Hell yeah.
And like new metal. Well, hyperpop already has new metal in it basically. So
I can't wait till Lil Nas X does a country hyper pop hip hop.
that'll be fucking great. I
All
could
of it.
easily see him doing it too. Fucking
Old Town Road remix and hyper like with 100 Gex feature.
I just want everything
Do
to
it,
sound
please.
like the new Rico Nasty album.
Okay.
Because every song on it
Oh, for
sounds
real?
different, and you could decompress it into like several more albums of
Right.
like exploring the sounds on that album. Rit says, "You better than him, Riley. It wasn't a dig at you. It is just that you and that guy have the same beard, smoke weed,
Oh.
and rap."
Oh yeah, I look like a loser. Well, like I'm, yeah, I'm a rapper. Like I'm a producer for a podcast. I should look like a douchey neck beard.
I guess. Have you watched Tiny Desk concert? If so, can you recall a favorite? I know you have some favorites.
Mac Miller, Tyler the Creator, and the Chris Calico Tech 9 one stand out specifically to me.
The Tyler
Death
one is
Cab
so fucking
for
comfy.
Cutie is my favorite band. That probably shocks for a lot of people. But yeah, more than like I only like rap and then like Death Cab now. But like Death Cab's still my favorite band, so their Tiny Desk is my favorite. Ben Gibbard's such a sweetheart, dude. Yeah, those are my favorites. Yeah, that Tyler one, that's what I mean by like just so completely overproduced. They did like a full band in there singing with them and stuff, and like when Tech 9 came in, him and Chris Calico just do all the like mouth noises, where they need like a chorus. Like they're just like ah-cha to each other. So it's like a little more minimal.
Do you vibe with Flatbush Zombies? I've heard some of their stuff and it's pretty good. Never like got into them, but I could stand to listen to more.
Hey Mully Bloom, you and I should do a project together because I'd like to do a whole like Capsize the Boat EP basically. Because like I think in a selfish way like that song means more to me than you guys. Because it's about me like learning to like my own music, like
The
my
Capsize the
parts.
Boat
Yeah,
is-
Capsize the Boat for me is like getting used to playing your own music all the time because people who don't want you to succeed will tell you not to do that
Right,
or not to like enjoy what you're making.
right.
And so, like, for me, that song is, like, personally about that. Like, overcoming that,
It's super fun. in
Capsize
that
the
way.
boat and just float. That's that. So we should do, like, a whole project kind of with that, like, vibe, I think.
I like that idea.
Because I've got, like, a specific, almost characterized rap voice on that song that
Right.
I want to use more of, where it's like,
Hello, I am the rapper.
I'm currently rapping at a, weird voice
It's
inflection.
almost like B-52's rapping.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Mac Miller Tiny Desk was legendary, says John M. We agree. It's very much one of Riley's like go-to. We need something chill to listen to right now. Albums.
Yeah.
Or not albums, but videos.
It's a blunt.
A blunt.
It's one blunt worth of video. It's like 16 minutes or 20.
I'm from India.
And yes, the Tyler one is pretty nuts. It's great. How do you choose which chats to read, or do you not get show all of them? Basically, I just read anything I have an answer to immediately, or that's not about anime, because none of these guys will really know what we're talking about, and I don't feel like going down a hole into a conversation where nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Right.
Did you see Vic Mignogna when you went to Texas? No, but I'm sure we'll see.
She wishes.
Eventually.
She's got such a huge crush on Vic.
We have mutual friends.
Molly says that would be really cool, Vizzy. I'll see if some of those vibes come out of the oven soon.
Thank you. They just
Mikkel
keep tossing
says,
them to the side.
The discotheque disconnect lyrics. A discotheque is a party house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's like, to me, it's like an 80s porn and drug den. Right?
They
So
asked
yeah,
you,
that's,
so.
well, yeah, that's, yeah, it's kind of a party house. It's a weird cultural interpretation. When I was in foster care, I had this dude that I knew who was basically like, I was like 8 or 9. I'm trying to remember the relation he had to the foster family I was with. He was like an uncle type though, right? Like in black sitcoms. So he'd just like come over and hang out and talk about cool shit, but he had like stories about working at a discotheque in the 80s. And I don't know, it's cool. It's like a disco, but
currently
not.
chilling at a discotheque. If you're imagining a disco, there's a disconnect.
I want to listen to my own music in a discotheque someday. Like that's the meme.
Every day I deck the halls. Every day my record bumps, I'm used to it. Every day my record bumps, I'm used to it. Every day my record bumps,
What
I'm
the
used to
fuck
it.
is happening?
Every day my phone vibrates, bumps on my desk.
I'm used
and
to
I'm
that
used to
too.
that too. Woo!
Yeah, I was in foster care. Well, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Mint salad was too. It's a big thing we have in our relationship where it's like we are found family epitomized. We're both foster kids who ended up like finally clicking together. For me, I was fostered in Arkansas. My mom's like a white, trashy, like drug addict type. And my dad was a construction worker who would travel for work, so he wasn't around when my mom got arrested for drugs. And then we went into foster care, me and my little sister in Arkansas. We got split up eventually. And eventually it's not like there's a middle ground between emancipation and aging out of foster care where like when you're 16 or so and you can get your own place and job, they kind of fuck off for a while. But I was raised by 3 different black families from age 7 to 13. Then lived with my mom and dad off and on in different like housing attempts. Then ended up in foster care in Nevada because my dad was abusive, and then got my own place, and yeah, here I am in an anime fantasy land. I never thought that would happen. I was homeless for 2 years. The reason I think it's laughable when people meme me about drugs is because I come from an environment of selling drugs on the street and being stabbed over meth deals and shit. And I can tell you that it is laughable to think that Digi is on drugs. Or that any of us have a fucking drug problem. Marijuana is a medical necessity in a lot of states now. As dumb as that is, like, since we mostly just do dabs that we get griefed for, it's bizarre. Bird, did you just fill this place with, like, skeleton horses?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? And also, where are the 2 of you? I've been monologuing, I think.
Bringing him back.
Okay, based.
Just tired. I'm probably gonna end soon and go to bed.
I would
See
make...
super chat.
I would make my own disco club party space. I've got friends who own venues. I don't talk about it a lot, but we invested in and helped open a venue in Idaho. It's like a dance studio.
Smoking on the side of a mountain in Twin Falls,
Yeah.
Idaho.
So we're business owners. Like I do a lot of shit that you guys don't know about, and we have a lot of rap stuff in the works this year. Hopefully, we got some tour news earlier today that we'll share with you guys after it happens. So, yeah.
Hey everybody! We're gonna end the stream
Hell yeah.
because you didn't send us any super chats.
Not
so-
one.
Well, we did get plenty earlier, so thank you.
2.5 hours though.
Thank
wow.
you to everybody who gave us all the super chats. That was sick.
We gotta do more of
Davey
these
and Burgess went to
streams.
hit the meth pen.
They're so quaint.
They're fun.
Wouldn't it be cool if there were
I was
meth
drinking
pens?
my 8th glass of water for the day.
What a
Thank you very
society.
much.
I hope we get to a point where there are meth pens, though.
That would be neat.
You fucking based.
I mean, it would be just like a Ritalin pen, Adderall pen, whatever. What do I,
Adderall pen.
Alright.
Yeah,
End
we.
stream.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.